You're tuned in to the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network. Today's Long Island Ducks game broadcast will begin shortly. Every game this season will be broadcast live on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network with high-definition video and audio via Boxcast. Fans can tune into the game on the Ducks' official Facebook page and YouTube channel, as well as the team's official website, liducks.com. Thank you for tuning in, and stand by for complete coverage of today's game.
This is Long Island Ducks baseball.
Justin Davies at the plate, the winning run at third. Crowd going nuts. Swung on, bouncing ball left side, off the mitt, up third baseman Brad Strauss. Here comes Willie Rodriguez. Justin Davies has done it again. The Ducks are one quack away from the championship. Jason Johnson makes the catch. He makes the catch, and the Long Island Ducks have swept the Camden River Sharks. They are the 2004 Atlantic League champions.
Going back is Adam Bailey. He settles under it. He makes the catch! Adam Bailey makes the catch! And for a second straight year, the Atlantic League trophy will reside on Long Island. The Ducks are the Atlantic League champions.
Swinging a ground ball, hit toward short, charging in his lines. He fields, throws to first. The comeback is complete. From 2-0 down in the series, the Long Island Ducks have won 3 in a row at home. And for the 5th time in franchise history, they will head to the Atlantic League Championship Series.
And now it's time for the Long Island Ducks pregame show.
We are live here at Constellation Field in Sugar Land, Texas. It is time once again for Long Island Ducks baseball. Tonight, it is Game 3 of the week-long 7-game series here in Sugar Land, Texas, as the Long Island Ducks take on the Sugar Land Skeeters. Well, good evening, everybody. My name is Michael Pollock. I'll be bringing you the play-by-play for all of tonight's action. Thanks so much for tuning in once again here on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network, whether you're joining us at liducks.com, Facebook Live, or the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball. Well, it's been a good start to this week-long journey down here in Sugar Land, Texas. Ducks have taken the first 2 games of this 7-game series. They won here on Friday night 5-1 after both teams made the travel from the Northeast into Texas. And last night, the Ducks won again. They come away with a 6-3 win in a matchup of 2 former teammates, 2 former 2-time Atlantic League champions, John Brownell for the Ducks, Bobby Blevins now with the Sugar Land Skeeters. They matched up on the mound last night, and it was the Ducks who came out victorious by the final margin of 6-3. Let's recap the game for you. Things got started for the Ducks in the 3rd inning after a pair of scoreless innings from Bobby Blevins. The Ducks took advantage in the 3rd. A leadoff single by Delta Cleary Jr., a walk to Dan Lyons to begin the inning, and up to the plate stepped Phelan Lentini. Payoff pitch coming. Here it is, and Lentini swings and drives one in the air to right center field. Long run back for Anthony Ginsanti. He won't get it. It's going to get into the gap and go to the wall. Around third, Cleary Jr., he's going to score. Dan Lyons is going to have to stop at third. It's an RBI double for Phelan Lentini, and the Ducks strike first here in the 3rd inning. They lead it 1-0. 10th RBI of the season for Phelan Lentini. That gave the Ducks the early 1-0 lead, and then after an Anthony Vega ground out to first, up to the plate stepped Lou Ford. Here is the 2-0 delivery. Ford swings, lines one down the left field line. That is a base hit. Fair ball down the line for Lou Ford. Lyons will score. Lentini right behind him. Ford goes to second with a 2-run double, and it's a 3-0 lead for Long Island here in the 3rd. So Ford with a couple of RBIs, his 12th and 13th of the season. The Ducks with an early 3-0 lead. Bobby Blevins would settle in and would throw 3 scoreless innings from the 4th through the 6th, and in the 7th gave way to Chris Tribett, and the Ducks took advantage with 2 outs in the inning. Phelan Lentini collected his 2nd double of the night, and then with him at second and 2 men out, up came Anthony Vega. First pitch, and Vega grounds one up the third base line, off the glove of Pounds, and it goes down the left field line. Lentini's going to come in and score. Vega digging for second. He is in there safely. The Ducks played their 4th run of the night, and they now have a 4-0 lead in the top half of inning number 7. Now they ruled the play an infield single for Vega and an error on Brian Pounds that allowed Lentini to score and Vega to go to second. The Ducks with a 4-0 lead at the 7th inning stretch. John Brownell, meanwhile, was terrific for the Ducks. 6 scoreless innings to begin his night, allowing just 2 hits and a walk in that span. Ran into a little bit of trouble in the 7th inning. He gave up a leadoff walk to Brian Pounds, a double to Anthony Ginsanti, and Joel Guzman would drive in Pounds with a sac fly to make it a 4-1 game. Brownell, though, struck out the next 2 hitters to get out of the inning. And then in the bottom half of the 8th inning, he stayed in, Gave up a leadoff single, but got a strike him out, throw him out double play where he struck out Josh Prince and caught Derek Miller stealing second base. So just like that, 2 outs and the base is empty, but Brownell allowed a 2-out single to Kevin Aarons. Kevin Baez then brought in his left-hander John Lannon to try and record the final out of the inning, and Lannon struggled. He walked Travis Scott, the lefty hitter he was brought in to face, and then allowed a first-pitch 2-run triple to right center off the bat of Brian Pounds, and all of a sudden the Skeeters had the tying run at third in a 4-3 game and 2 men out of the inning. But with 2 away, Henry Hirsch was brought in, and Hirsch would end up striking out Anthony Ginsanti to keep it a 4-3 lead for the Ducks. And Long Island would get the lead back to 3 in the 9th inning when Dan Lines reached on an infield single and took second on an error, was sacrificed to third. A walk to Anthony Vega followed, and then a pass ball would bring in Dan Lines from third. Lou Ford at the plate, and he would drive in the Ducks' 6th run. 2-2. Ford a drive in the air to right center field. On the run is the center fielder Miller in the gap. He won't get it. It'll land for a base hit. Easily in to score is Vega. Ford on the way to second. He is in safely with his 2nd double of the night, and the Ducks lead is back up to 3 at 6-3. So the Ducks with a 6-3 lead at that point as they took it into the bottom of the 9th. Amalio Diaz came on to try and record his 3rd save of the year, struck out Joel Guzman to begin the inning, but then ran into some trouble. Gave up a single to Hector Oliveira, walked Wilfredo Rodriguez, and all of a sudden the Skeeters brought the tying run to the plate as Lance Sawatsky came on to pinch hit for the center fielder Derek Miller. Sawatsky with the ability to hit the ball out of the ballpark with 1 swing of the bat would tie the game, worked the count to 2-2, and then Elmer Reyes helped save the day and secure the Ducks win. And now the 2-2 delivery from Diaz. On the way, Sawatsky is swinging a ground ball towards the middle. Elmer Reyes dives, makes the stop, shovels to Lyons for the out. What a play! Sawatsky wasn't running, he must have gotten hurt. He's out at first. It's a game-ending double play. This ball game is over, and the Long Island Ducks defeat the Sugarland Skeeters 6-3 and have taken the first 2 games of this 7-game series. Now, we didn't know it at the time, but it looked like Sawatsky must have re-injured the quad that has kept him out on the disabled list for quite some time, and a great diving stomp up the middle by Elmer Reyes to start the 4-6-3 game-ending double play as the Ducks won it 6-3, 12 hits for the Ducks, 7 for the Skeeters, no errors for Long Island and 2 for Sugarland. The Ducks left 10 on base, the Skeeters 6. John Brownell with 7 2/3 innings of 2-run ball gets the win. He improves to 5-1 on the year. Bobby Blevins, the loser, falls to 4-4, and Amalio Diaz with his 3rd save in a game that took exactly 3 hours in front of 5,577 here last night at Constellation Field. Take a break. When we come back, I'll sit down with last night's starting pitcher and victor, John Brownell.
Hey fans, this is manager Kevin Baez, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Going way back is Joe Holden, and he is looking up, and that one is headed to field 5 at Robert Moses. The waves are gnarly, and the Ducks have tied it at 1. That was another home run for the Ducks. And Duck fans, what's more fun than a home run that helps the Ducks win a game? How about a homer that helps the community win? Chappie's Funeral Home and the Long Island Ducks have once again teamed up for the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 homers this season, Chappie's Funeral Home will donate $5,000 to the Quackerjack Foundation. So every time a Ducks hitter goes deep this season, watch for the Chappie's Challenge home run count on the scoreboard. And if we reach 100, we're all a winner. Chappie's Funeral Home, where caring for others is a family tradition.
Can't get enough of the Long Island Ducks? Well, now you can get even more inside info on your favorite hometown team through Facebook and Twitter. The Ducks are constantly updating fans through social media with scores, transactions, ballpark promotions, and much more. You can even win great prizes. All you'll need to do is make a free account on Facebook and Twitter, and then visit us at facebook.com/LIDucks and twitter.com/LIDucks. Think you're Long Island's biggest Ducks fan? Get connected now.
Back at Constellation Field as the Long Island Ducks get set to take on the Sugarland Skeeters. Last night, John Brownell, terrific for Long Island as he picked up the victory for the Ducks, his 5th of the year. 7 2/3 innings, a 2-run ball, allowing 5 hits and 2 walks while striking out 4. I caught up with the Ducks veteran before tonight's ball game. John, a terrific performance last night to get the victory. Back-to-back wins here in Sugarland. How pleased are you guys as a whole with how you performed in the first 2 games of this series?
Very well. It's a tough travel day, the first day coming down here. We showed up to play, ready to play, and carried that over into game 2, and hopefully we continue that good all-around play throughout this series.
One thing that's certainly been kind of an up and down thing for this team this season has been the offense. Back-to-back games with 12 hits. Do you get a sense that guys are just putting together some good at-bats, taking advantage of some mistakes that opponents are making on the mound?
Yeah, we've done a pretty good job the first 2 games of this series. So hopefully they continue to carry that momentum into the rest of this first half.
Obviously, the last time you guys faced this team on Long Island, they put together a couple of big games where offensively they scored a lot of runs. As a pitching staff, you guys have been able to limit them in this series. What's been the factor in kind of turning things around against the Skeeters?
I'm not sure. Just a new series. It's been a few weeks since we played them, I think, and teams go through ups and downs. We probably had a little downturn there, a little slump there, pitching staff-wise in that series, and we've got it off to a good start so far this series.
Last night, your longest start of the season, despite pitching in the Texas heat and humidity. What did it take for you to battle that and put together the outing that you had last night?
Just stay hydrated, get some good sleep the night before. Make sure you're well rested and well hydrated, because you're not used to this kind of heat being up in New York and up in the Northeast. But it doesn't take too long to get used to. You've been playing baseball for a long time. You're used to playing in the heat and humidity.
Overall, what was your plan of attack going against that lineup last night, and what did you find the most success with when you were on the mound?
Well, lately I just been thinking I haven't been throwing enough fastballs up in the zone to change their eye level as far as up and down, not only in and out but up and down, and so we tried to do that as much as we could last night to keep them off speed down in the zone.
I know this is not something that you like to talk about or that you think about much, but the All-Star game is coming up. You've put together great numbers here in the first half, and you haven't made an Atlantic League All-Star game yet, surprisingly, in your career. Is that something you're hoping to get the nod for this season and feel confident that you're going to be able to do that?
It's not up to me to make the team. I don't really, mind one way or the other. My focus is on winning games for the Ducks.
Fair enough. You guys have won the first 2 games of this series. You send Matt Larkins to the mound tonight, who overall has been pitching much better of late. Had a rough start his last time out, but during that 5-start stretch where he was really pitching well, what did you see from him that was making him successful?
Well, I think he just stuck to what he was doing. I think he had some tough luck early on in the season. The ball wasn't rolling his way. One game against Bridgeport, I think 6 straight singles led off the game. The ball's not rolling your way if that's how the game starts. And I think he had, a handful of starts there early in the season where it just seemed like, a little dink and dunk, seeing eye singles weren't going his way. They weren't going to the, they're finding holes against him. And now, things are starting to turn around his way. He's, maintained his confidence, and he's pitching the ball really well.
And finally, I have to ask, how exciting was it, if at all, going up against your former teammate last night in Bobby Blevins?
It was nice. It was exciting. It was cool. Cool experience. Got to talk to him for a second before we started playing catch out in the outfield before the game, and wished each other luck. And knew it was going to be a good pitching game. Bobby's experience, he does a great job of limiting damage and mixing it up and keeping the hitters off balance.
Thanks so much, John. Congratulations on the win last night.
Thank you.
That is right-hander John Brownell of the Long Island Ducks, who earned his 5th win of the season last night in the Ducks' 6-3 win over the Skeeters. We'll take a break on the pregame. When we come back, we'll look at the pitching matchup for tonight's game. Then we'll have the starting lineups and the first pitch of Game 3 in this 7-game series between the Ducks and the Skeeters.
Hey fans, this is pitching coach Billy Horn, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Oh, I love it! The color of my new Nicolot patio is so vibrant. It's unlike anything I've ever seen.
You're welcome. I'm just gonna go finish that Nicolot walkway now.
Make your pavers vivid Nicolot pavers. The best looking, most vibrant pavers with the most 3-color blends in the industry. Featuring Nicolot's exclusive paver shield and color blending technology. With color throughout and guaranteed not to fade. Live life in color with Nicolot. Visit Nicolot.com.
Have your birthday at the ballpark this season and celebrate with the Flock. Kona Ice birthday party packages with the Long Island Ducks are now available. Each package includes 10 box seats, a commemorative birthday t-shirt and autographed baseball, a pizza and Kona Ice party in the Hebrew National Picnic area, and so much more. Best of all, the birthday child will stand on the dugout while the entire crowd sings happy birthday. Reserve your party today by calling the group sales department at 631-940-3825. Kona Ice birthday parties with the Long Island Ducks, a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Back at Constellation Field as we get set for tonight's game, let's look at the pitching matchups for the Ducks and the Skeeters. For Long Island, it'll be right-hander Matt Larkins, who comes in with a record of 2-6 and a 5.12 ERA in 12 games, 11 of which have been starts. Struggled his last time out, that was against Somerset in Game 2 of the doubleheader on Tuesday night when he allowed 6 runs on 9 hits over 5 innings. Did walk 1 and struck out 6 in the Ducks' 8-2 loss in 7 innings. Prior to that, though, had a 5-start stretch where he did not allow more than 3 runs in any of the starts, and he's done very well on the road this year. 6 games, 5 starts away from Bethpage Ballpark, and has a 3.38 ERA. Meanwhile, for the Skeeters, righty Brent Marshall, who has struggled this year, he's 5-3 with a 5.11 ERA in 13 games, 12 of which have been starts. And in his last outing, took the loss in New Britain, a 7-4 defeat in which he allowed 5 runs in 5 1/3 innings. Time to turn things over now down to the field for tonight's national anthem.
What number? Oh, we're not even, they're not numbered. Oh, okay. Terrific rendition of our national anthem here at Constellation Field in Sugar Land, Texas. Well, just about game time between the Long Island Ducks and the Sugar Land Skeeters. Again, the Ducks have taken the first 2 games of this 7-game series. They will be playing every night from tonight through Thursday night here in Sugar Land before the series ends, and then the Ducks will head back to Long Island. Ducks are now 32-30 on the season, still 6 games behind the Somerset Patriots, now 19-14 though on the road. Skeeters 26-36 overall this season, and they are struggling here at home at 13-19. For the starting lineups, Kevin Baez's lineup looks like this. Phelan Lentini leads things off. He is in right field. Batting second is the center fielder, Delta Cleary Jr. In the 3 spot in left field tonight is Lou Ford, and the designated hitter and cleanup hitter is Angelo Sanco. Batting fifth doing the catching is Alex Berg. Jordan Pacheco gets the start at first base and will hit 6th. Ruben Gotay starts over at third base and bats 7th. The 8 hitter is the second baseman tonight, and that is Giovanni Alfonso. Rounding out the order for the Ducks, the shortstop is Dan Lyons. For Gary Gaetti, Sugar Land Skeeters, the defending Atlantic League champions, Josh Prince leads off at second base. Kevin Aarons is the shortstop. He will bat second. Hitting third at first base is Travis Scott, and in the cleanup spot is the third baseman, Brian Pounds. Batting fifth and playing right field is Anthony Ginsanti. In the 6th spot, the designated hitter, Joel Guzman. Hector Oliveira will start in left field and bat 7th. The 8 hitter and catcher is Albert Cordero. And rounding out the order in center field tonight is Derek Miller. So here's a look at the starting lineups for tonight's game. Brent Marshall, the right-hander, wearing number 2 for the Sugar Land Skeeters, is complete with his warm-up tosses. Phelan Lentini will step up to the plate. He'll lead things off for the Ducks, who are once again wearing their alternate orange uniforms tonight, while the Skeeters wear their alternate black uniforms. Was surprised to see that. I was told, actually, by former Duck Bobby Blevins before the game that Brent Marshall always loves to wear those black uniforms, and whether or not it's daytime, nighttime, he certainly enjoys wearing those and is most comfortable in them. I find that almost hard to believe. It is a hot, humid day here in Sugar Land. Temperatures
up in the lower 90s and the humidity very high today. There is a breeze blowing right now, but when you're down on the field in the sunshine, it is extremely, extremely warm. So temperatures with the high temperatures up in the 90s, players certainly are going to have to stay extra hydrated tonight. Here we go. Brent Marshall's first pitch on the way is taken inside for ball one by Phelan Lentini. We're underway at about 6:09 p.m. local time here in Texas, 7:09 if you're joining us on Long Island. The 1-0, high drive in the air to left field by Lentini. Back into the corner goes Oliveira at the warning track, looks up at the wall, and that is a fair ball. It goes off the wall and caroms back towards the infield. Lentini's around second. He'll go into third base safely with a leadoff triple. So a good start for the Ducks here as Phelan Lentini picks up his third triple of the season. A high towering drive down the left field line that nearly went out. It's about 325 feet down the left field line, and it almost went up onto that high wall and into the picnic plaza, but stayed in the field of play, hit off the wall out of the reach of Oliveira, and Lentini with a 3-base hit to begin the game. So now Delta Cleary Jr. to the plate. The infield comes in all the way around. The shortstop, Kevin Aaron's the furthest back, and Cleary Jr. takes a fastball low and away for ball one from Brent Marshall. Lentini was at .213 with a home run and 10 RBIs before the triple. Cleary Jr. a switch hitter from the left side, and the 1-0 is taken at the knees on the outside corner for strike one. Marshall comes into the game for Sugar Land with a record of 5-3, but he's got a 5.11 ERA through 13 games, 12 of which have been starts. The 1-1, ground ball hit towards short. That's not going to get the run home. It's fielded there by the shortstop, Aarons. He throws to first in time for the out. One away. Lentini has good speed at third base. Again, the infield was in for the most part all the way around. Aarons was the furthest back, and the ball wasn't hit all that hard. But Lentini taking no chances after leading off with a triple to potentially get thrown out at home plate. So one away, and that'll bring up the left fielder, Lou Ford. Cleary Jr. was at .225 before the ground out, a home run and 16 RBIs. Ford coming off of a big night last night. He had 3 RBIs in the game. First pitch to him here, and he takes a fastball upstairs from Marshall, 1-0. Ford at .283 for the Ducks, 3 home runs, 14 runs batted in. Marshall from the stretch, and the 1-0 is low and away. Like another fastball from Marshall. 2 balls and no strikes on Ford. Breeze blowing in from right center field towards the first base line. Not a very heavy one, but significant breeze, more so than we had here last night. Here's the 2-0. That misses downstairs. Another good take by Lou Ford, and he's ahead in the count at 3 balls and no strikes. Sun shining, some high puffy clouds off in the distance, but nothing threatening. Lights not on yet as the sun continues to set. Almost the entire field still in the sunlight. A 3-0. Ford takes all the way. There's a strike over the outside corner. Light crowd on hand here today, especially compared to the last 2 nights. Over 5,500 here last night, over 6,600 here on Friday. 3-1. Ford swings, hits a ground ball to short. Lentini breaking for the plate. He'll score this time. And the throw to first is in time for the out. So Lou Ford with the RBI ground out to short. The Ducks strike first for the 3rd straight game in this series. They lead it 1-0. Give Ford his 15th run batted in of the year, 34th run of the season for Phelan Lentini. And Ford with yet another run batted in. Get had 3 RBIs in last night's game, so now with 4 in the series. With 2 outs and the bases empty, here is Angelo Sanko. Sanko will dig in from the left side, serving as the designated hitter today. First pitch, and he swings and chops one into the ground, foul at home plate right off the end of the bat. And the count 0-1. Defensively for the Skeeters, same alignment as Friday night. Hector Oliveira in left, Derek Miller in center, Anthony Ginsanti in right. On the infield, Brian Pounds at third, Kevin Aaron's the shortstop. Josh Prince is at second base. First baseman Travis Scott, Albert Cordero doing the catching, and Brent Marshall is the right-hander on the mound. Here's the 0-1, and Sanko swings, fouls it straight back to the screen, got jammed on the pitch from Marshall. And now Angelo Sanko behind at 0-2. So the Ducks with an early 1-0 lead in tonight's ball game. Marshall trying to retire 3 straight after the leadoff triple, but he misses inside with a fastball. And now 1-2. This is Marshall's first outing of the year against the Ducks. Has yet to face them thus far, coming off of a loss his last time out up in New Britain, Connecticut on Tuesday night, Game 2 of doubleheader against the Bees. 1-2, fastball up and away, and that is taken for ball 2. A 2-ball, 2-strike count now on Angelo Sanco, who's hitting .288 this year, 14 home runs, 36 runs batted in. Here's the pitch. Sanco breaks his bat, lines it back to the mound, and it is caught by Marshall for the final out of the inning. But the Ducks get on the scoreboard early. They get a run on 1 hit, no errors in the inning, and nobody left on base. We head to the bottom half of the first inning. Ducks 1 and the Skeeters coming to bat.
Hey fans, this is pitcher John Brown Allen. You're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Long Island's Ford Giant is celebrating its 60th year anniversary. Stop by Sayville Ford to check out their state-of-the-art showroom featuring enclosed service drives, luxurious customer lounge, and a larger selection to choose from. Get giant savings on hundreds of new and used vehicles in stock. Sayville Ford's 60th anniversary celebration is going on now. Visit SayvilleFord.com or download the Sayville Ford app today to learn more about Sayville Ford's 60th anniversary savings. Call 631-589-4800 today.
Bethpage Ballpark is a great place to watch a ball game, so why not do so from some of the best seats in the house? The Ducks are proud to present the brand new Long Island Ducks Beer Garden. Open for all fans on nights when the Smokin' Owl's party deck has not been reserved, the Beer Garden will feature a variety of frosty draft and bottled brews, as well as several food choices. The area has been decked out with bar rail seating and Ducks branded furniture to provide a comfortable atmosphere for everyone. Be sure to stop by and check out the brand new Long Island Ducks Beer Garden on your next visit to the ballpark. We head to the bottom half of the first inning. The Ducks with an early 1-0 lead over the Sugarland Skeeters. And fans, every walk by a Ducks batter this season is brought to you by City MD Urgent Care. There are over 15 City MD locations across Long Island, offering you the comprehensive quality care that you need the moment that you need it. City MD Urgent Care, need a doctor, just walk in. So, the Ducks have the early 1-0 lead after Phelan Lentini opens the game with a triple and scores 2 batters later on Lou Ford's ground out to short. Ducks with the early advantage for the 3rd time in this series. And Matt Larkins will take the mound for the Ducks, try and keep this Skeeters lineup at bay. By the way, with the win last night for the Ducks, they have now tied up the all-time series with the Skeeters, a series that has seen each team win 52 games to this point, and teams at their home ballpark have 31-21 records against the opposition. The Ducks 31-21 against the Skeeters on Long Island. Sugarland 31-21 against the Ducks here in Texas. So it's been a fairly even all-time series between these two teams. Sugarland, of course, had 1 year where they won all 10 meetings here in Sugarland, Texas. But the Ducks have held the advantage a bunch of times as well, and they have the 3-2 lead in this year's season series. First pitch fastball from Larkins, misses low and away for ball 1 to Josh Prince, the second baseman, leading off from the right side for Sugarland. Right-hander ready, and his 1-0 delivery. Prince takes, and that's on the outside corner for strike 1. Home plate umpire tonight calling balls and strikes is Eric Thompson. Ken Langford is the first base umpire this evening, and Reggie Liggins around at third base. From the windup, here comes the 1-1. Larkin steals, and Prince takes down and away, scooped out of the dirt by Berg. And it's 2-1 on Prince, hitting .244 this year, 4 home runs and 26 RBIs for Sugarland. Larkins gets the sign. Here comes the 2-1 offering. Breaking ball misses high. Now Larkins behind at 3-1. My mistake, I had said 26 RBIs for Prince. He actually has 23. So I've given him an extra 3 RBIs in my scorebook, but just has 23 on the season. Larkins behind at 3-1. The kick and the offering is taken low for ball 4. So Matt Larkins allows the leadoff walk. Josh Prince will make his way down to first base. And that will bring up the shortstop, Kevin Aarons. Walks is something that Larkins has not allowed much of in his season. 58 innings of work coming in. He has walked just 17 batters while striking out 49. In fact, has not walked more than 2 in each of his last 4 starts coming in. But a leadoff walk here to the speedy Josh Prince in the first, and that'll bring up Kevin Aarons, the shortstop and 2-hitter. First pitch from Larkins. Aaron swings. It's a hot shot back up the middle into center field. There's a base hit. Cleary Jr. picks it up and fires it back in. And a good start for Sugar Land after falling behind early. A walk and a single here in the bottom of the first.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Now batting for your Skeeters, first baseman number 16, Travis Scott.
So now Travis Scott, the first baseman, will step up to the plate. He is a power hitter. Can't imagine seeing him bunt in this situation, but we have seen him lay it down before. Has the ability to lay it down to the third base side where Ruben Gotay is playing. And typically the Ducks defense will shift against him. They have a bit of a shift right now, but Gotay still in his spot on the third base side. First pitch here, Scott does not square and fouls it straight back to the screen. And the count 0-1. This year Scott with 1 sacrifice bunt. Gary Gaetti is a small ball manager. This Sugar Land lineup does have the ability to hit the ball out, although they have struggled with their offense of late, especially after losing big bats Jeremy Barfield and Andy Wilkins to major league organizations. Larkins looks to second, now the 0-1. Scott takes a breaking ball down in the zone. And that will even things up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Travis Scott hitting .245 on the year for Sugar Land. He's got 7 home runs and 34 runs batted in. Jordan Pacheco playing behind the runner at first base. The shortstop, Dan Lyons, doing the same up the middle. 1-1. And Scott will take a fastball on the outside corner for strike 2. Good pitch there from Larkins. I think Scott was expecting breaking ball, got the fastball. Now Larkins ahead at 1-2. Good speed on the bases with Prince at second and Aarons at first. Larkins looking for the ground ball here against Scott. 1 ball, 2 strike pitch coming. Kicks and fires, and Scott will swing and pop it up. In the air to shallow left. The left fielder Lou Ford shading his eyes from the sun. He makes the catch. And the runners have to stay put, 1 away. So a big out there for Matt Larkins against Travis Scott. Gets him to pop out to left field. We'll see if the sun, which really has not been shining for the most part in the first 2 games of this series, is out here today as it continues to set on this Sunday evening. And Ford there had to shade his eyes from the sun the whole way through, but was able to make the catch. So 1 away, and now the cleanup hitter and third baseman Brian Pounds will step up to home plate. Pounds had a good night at the plate last night, including a 2-run triple. Comes up here with 2 on, 1 out. Larkins looking for the ground ball as the defense now playing, for the most part, straight away. First pitch on the way, and Pounds takes outside for ball 1. Looked like a hard slider from Larkins. Pacheco well off the first base bag with the righty hitter at the plate, and the second baseman Giovanni Alfonso shaded towards the middle of the infield. Larkins looking in for the sign from Berg, now has what he likes. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and Pounds takes low and away again. Larkins missed. 2 balls, no strikes. Pounds hitting just .183 this year combined between the Revolution and the Skeeters. He has hit 3 home runs and has 19 runs batted in. Larkins trying to work out of a first and second no-out jam here in the bottom of the first inning. Ducks with a 1-0 lead. 2-0 pitch coming, it's on the way. And Pounds grounds this one to third base. Ruben Gotay is there. He'll step on third base. The throw across the diamond is not in time. Pacheco couldn't grab the throw as he tried to make the stretch. I don't know if it would have been in time anyway. But it is a fielder's choice, 5 unassisted.
Number 21, Anthony Giansanti.
So that is the second out of the inning as Prince put out at third base. To second goes Aarons. Again, I just don't think that ball was hit hard enough to record 2 on the play. So with 2 outs here, that'll bring up Anthony Giansanti. This season, Larkins has held opponents to a .259 batting average with runners in scoring position and 2 men out. An opportunity here to try and get this final out and keep Sugar Land off the scoreboard in the first. Righty-righty matchup. And the first pitch from Larkins, missing down and away, was the right-hander, 1-0. Jansanti has been one of the better Skeeter hitters this year. .307 batting average with 3 homers and 19 runs batted in. Might get the All-Star nod for the Freedom Division at the All-Star game. We'll see. 1-0. That's hit on the ground towards short. Dan Lyons is there. He'll scoop it up and pick it to Alfonso for the out. And a nice job by Matt Larkins as he records 3 straight outs after allowing the walk and the single to begin the inning. So in the frame for the Skeeters, no runs on a hit and a walk, no errors, and a runner left on base. A couple of runners left on base. We head to the second inning with the Ducks in front of the Skeeters, 1-0.
Hey fans, this is shortstop Dan Lyons, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
PSEG Long Island is making things work for you with over 10 energy efficiency programs that can help you save on your monthly electric bill. From our free online energy analyzer and in-home energy assessments to rebates on energy efficient air conditioning, even discounts on LED light bulbs. Helping you save on electricity is our job. What to do with your savings?
Flight 85 now boarding for the magic of Orlando.
Is entirely up to you. Visit PSEGLINY.com/save money. Just one more way PSEG Long Island is making things work for you.
Take your group out to the ball game this season and enjoy all the fun of Ducks baseball at discounted prices with the picnic area, luxury suites, the Smokin' Owl's party deck, and so much more. Bringing your group to the game will be an unforgettable experience. The Ducks even offer opportunities to sing the national anthem, serve as the Ridgewood Savings Bank color guard, be the Nickolock Dream Team, put on a pregame performance, or shag fly balls during Ducks batting practice. To book your outing today, call 631-940-3825 and ask for the group sales department. Long Island Ducks Baseball. Good times every time.
Second inning coming up here at Constellation Field. The Ducks with an early 1-0 lead over the Skeeters. Time for the Ducks Health Report, which is brought to you by Island Shore Physical Therapy, the official therapists of the Long Island Ducks. Mark Krause remains out of the lineup day-to-day with tightness in his back, which he suffered on Thursday night against the Somerset Patriots. Did take some swings in the batting cages earlier today and says that his back is certainly feeling much better, so I'm sure he will be back in the lineup soon in this series. Alex Berg will step up to the plate to lead off the second for the Ducks. And the first pitch from Brent Marshall is a fastball strike over the outside corner. David Ardsma and Jim Fuller remain out on the disabled list. Ardsma is trying to recover from a pectoral injury. The hope is that he will be back shortly. The 0-1 is a half swing by Berg, but he went around unable to hold up on a breaking ball from Marshall, and it's 0-2. Hope is to activate Ardsma before the end of this series as long as his bullpen session goes well, and Jim Fuller out for this series as he is recovering from arm soreness. 0-2, high pop-up in the air, foul back behind the plate. This will go back into the seats. Count remains 0-2 on Burgess, hitting .250 with 6 homers and 21 runs batted in. Skeeters, meanwhile, have been ravaged by injuries and player contract purchases. They have just one healthy player available off the bench. In fact, only one player that's active available off the bench. 0-2 swung on a miss by Berg. He chased the slider down and away for strike 3. First strikeout of the night for Brent Marshall. And there's one away. Lance Sawatsky was placed on the disabled list before the game today. Last night, if you didn't get a chance to tune in, he was brought on as a pinch hitter with 2 on and 1 out in the bottom of the 9th inning. And the score 6-3 Ducks, with the hopes that he could hit one out and tie this game, force extra innings. And he hit a ground ball towards the middle that looked like was going to be an RBI single. First pitch here to Jordan Pacheco is taken inside for ball 1. However, Elmer Reyes made a tremendous diving stop, shoveled it to Dan Lyons at short for the first out, and then Lyons realized that Zawatsky wasn't running up the first base line at normal speed. As the 1-0 to Pacheco is a fastball strike on the outside corner. Zawatsky, who had been on the disabled list with a quad injury, re-injured that quad as he was running up the first base line and couldn't make it there in time. The Ducks completed the game-ending 4-6-3 double play. 1-1. Breaking ball, that's on the inside corner. Nicely thrown there from Marshall. and he jumps ahead at 1-2. Now also joining him on the disabled list are pitcher Zach Nicola and outfielder Joe Benson. So the Skeeters with 3 on the disabled list. They have lost big bats in Jeremy Barfield and Andy Wilkins to outside organizations. 1-2 here is a half swing on a pitch down and away. They appeal to first, and no swing, says Ken Langford. So that'll even up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And that has allowed Sugarland to start struggling here. They obviously don't want that, but they have been struggling to get wins. Have lost 5 in a row. Pacheco lines one down the right field line, slicing foul up into the concourse. Do it again at 2-2. Sugarland has lost 5 straight coming in. They're now 10 games under 500 at 26 and 36, 10.5 back, entering action today in the Freedom Division. 2-2 on Pacheco, who's hitting 189 with a homer and 5 RBIs, 10 hits in his first 53 at-bats. And the 2-2 delivery, a half swing and a foul ball back to the screen behind home plate. Pacheco tried to hold up on the swing and ended up getting a piece of it, fighting it off. So we'll do it again at 2-2. Marshall's retired 4 straight after the leadoff triple by Lentini. Another 2-2 delivery. Pacheco takes a breaking ball that misses down in the dirt. No, they call strike 3. And now the throw's going to go on at first in time for the out. The home plate umpire took quite a long time to make the strike 3 call. Pacheco had no idea until the call was finally made, so he was out at first, 2-3 on the putout. So 2 away in the inning, and that is going to leave it up to Ruben Gotay. Pacheco having words right now with the home plate umpire as he makes his way back to the third base dugout. Again tonight, that home plate umpire is Eric Thompson. So back-to-back strikeouts for Brent Marshall, and putout goes 2-3. Here's Ruben Gotay, the switch-hitting third baseman, batting from the left side. First pitch from Marshall. Gotay takes down to the dirt, 4-1. Both sides have had their issues with some of the calls throughout the course of this series. And there, the strike that was called just looked a little bit delayed. Now the 1-0. Gotay takes a fastball. That's a strike over the inside corner to even things up at 1-1. I see a right-hander throwing in the Skeeters bullpen. I don't think this is somebody warming up just yet. Might be a pitcher whose throw day is today. The 1-1. Gotay, a broken bat, grounder towards the middle of the field. Knocked Brent Marshall down. The shortstop fields behind second, though, and throws to first. It's time to get Gotay, who was not running very quickly up that first base line. And that'll end the top of the second inning. So in the second, the Ducks go in order. We head to the bottom of inning number 2 with the Ducks still in front, 1-0.
Hey fans, this is outfielder Delta Cleary Jr. and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Hey Ducks fans, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks is the Radisson Hotel, Hauppauge, Long Island. It's centrally located on the north shore of Long Island and offers a home away from home for both business and leisure guests. The Radisson Hotel, Hauppauge, Long Island features an indoor pool, 24-hour business center, a fitness center, and complimentary Wi-Fi in all guest rooms. Enjoy the contemporary American cuisine at the Fountain Grill restaurant or grab a quick bite eat at Cafe Pronto. And best of all, it's only minutes away from Bethpage Ballpark. The Radisson Hotel, Hauppauge, Long Island, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks. Call 631-231-1100 today. That's 631-231-1100.
Baseball fans, the Long Island Ducks mobile app has officially arrived. Powered by Clear Vision Apps, it's your one-stop shop for all things Ducks baseball. Buy tickets straight from your mobile device. Receive game status updates with push notifications. Check out up-to-the-minute news and scores and interact with the Ducks on social media. Best of all, it's free. Download the Ducks mobile app today by visiting the App Store on your Apple-powered device or Google Play on your Android-powered device. The Long Island Ducks mobile app, with you wherever you flock to. Bottom half of the second inning coming up with the Ducks leading the Skeeters 1-0. Fans, there's no better time than right now to sign up the Young Ducks fan for the Bethpage Federal Credit Union Long Island Ducks Kids Club. Children 14 and under will receive exciting gifts, discounts on merchandise, and unique experiences that only come with being a member. Sign up today by visiting liducks.com, or you can also call starting at 9 o'clock tomorrow at 631-940-3825. and asked to sign up. Here's Joel Guzman at the plate. He bats from the right side. First pitch from Matt Larkins on the way is swung and fisted out in the air to left center field. Long run over for Lou Ford into the gap, and he is able to make the catch for the first out. So Guzman kind of got jammed on that pitch, but still managed to hit it out fairly well to left center. He is retired, though. Came into the game hitting 195 on the season between the Revolution and the Skeeters. One away. That'll bring up Hector Oliveira, the left fielder. Well, I mentioned Matt Larkins. With a 2-6 record this year, he's got a 5.12 ERA. Those numbers inflated a bit as the first pitch on the way is taken on the outside corner, a breaking ball strike. He's had a few rough starts in there where he had 3 innings of work, and one allowed 8 runs, another allowed 6 runs. The 0-1 delivery to Oliveira is a slider that misses outside, 1-1, and then last time out allowed 6 runs in 5 innings. But aside from that, in his other 8 starts this year, he really has pitched very well, has kept the damage down, and has kept the team in the ballgame each time. 1-1. The breaking ball misses down and away, 2-1. A big problem, too, has been run support. Ducks have scored just 28 runs in the 12 games that he has pitched. That's little over 2 per game. And it goes down even further if you take away his 1 relief appearance. As the 2-1 is swung on and fouled off. That was back in York on May 3rd in Game 2 of a doubleheader. The Ducks were very thin on pitching. They needed him to throw 1 inning. He did, gave up 3 runs. The Ducks scored 8 runs in that game. But if you take that away, in his 11 starts, the Ducks are averaging right around 2 runs, if not less, per game. 2-2 pitch on the way. That's a hit on the ground to the right side. Giovanni Alfonso to his left corrals it and throws on a Pacheco at first in time for the out. Nice play by Giovanni Alfonso to retire Oliveira, 2 away. Defensively for the Ducks tonight, Lou Ford in left, as we mentioned. Delta Cleary Jr. in center and Phelan Lentini in right. On the infield from left to right, Ruben Gotay starts at third base. Dan Lyons is the shortstop. Giovanni Alfonso getting the start at second base, his 12th start of the year at second. And Jordan Pacheco making his 4th start of the season at first base. Alex Berg doing the catching behind home plate, and Matt Larkins on the rubber for Long Island. So 2 away, bases empty for Sugarland. Trying for the 1-2-3 inning here is Larkins as Albert Cordero digs in from the left side. First pitch, and he swings and pops it up foul down the third base line out of play. 0-1. Skeeters have all righties in their lineup with the exception of 2. Travis Scott, a lefty hitter, and Albert Cordero is a switch hitter. Oh, 0-1 the count as Cordero digs back in, hitting .270 on the year, 2 homers and 15 runs batted in. From the line, here's the 0-1. This is swung on and missed. Good off speed there from Larkins, looked like a changeup. And Cordero swung right through it. So the count goes to 0-2, and Larkins strike 3 away from a 1-2-3 inning here in the second. Ducks clinging to a 1-0 lead. Larkins gets the sign from Berg. He winds and fires to the plate, and the 0-2 is swung and fouled straight back to the screen. Off the very top of the screen and caroms back down to the field. So we'll do it yet again at 0-2. Larkins, meanwhile, has done very well on the road this year. 3.38 earned run average in 6 games, 5 of those starts away from home. At home, meanwhile, has a 6.91 ERA, so very different there for Larkins in terms of his home and road splits. The 0-2, and Cordero fouls it off again, this time to the third base side. That goes up into the luxury suite level. So we'll do it yet again at 0-2. Each side with a hit thus far. A triple for Lentini to lead off the game. A single by Aarons in the bottom of the first. And Cordero battling with Larkins here. Behind in the count at 0-2. Larkins ready to go. And the 0-2 delivery to Cordero is swung and popped up in the air to center field. Delta Cleary Jr. jogs a couple steps in. Makes the catch at straightaway center to retire Cordero. And Matt Larkins retires the side in order here in the bottom of the second inning. And that is a PSEG Long Island energy efficient inning. With PSEG Long Island, saving on your electric bill is also as easy as 1, 2, 3. They've got energy efficiency programs. You can visit PSEGLINY.com/save money. Just one more way that PSEG Long Island is making things work for you. To the third we go, Ducks 1, Skeeters 0.
Hey fans, this is infielder Giovanni Alfonso, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
PSEG Long Island is making things work for you with over 10 energy efficiency programs that can help you save on your monthly electric bill. From our free online energy analyzer and in-home energy assessments to rebates on energy-efficient air conditioning, even discounts on LED light bulbs. Helping you save on electricity is our job. What to do with your savings?
Flight 85 now boarding for the magic of Orlando.
Is entirely up to you. Visit pseglyny.com/save money. Just one more way PSEG Long Island is making things work for you.
Going way back is Joe Holden, and he is looking up, and that one is headed to field 5 at Robert Moses. The waves are gnarly, and the Ducks have tied it at 1.
That was another home run for the Ducks. And Duck fans, what's more fun than a home run that helps the Ducks win a game? How about a homer that helps the community win? Chappie's Funeral Home and the Long Island Ducks have once again teamed up for the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 homers this season, Chappie's Funeral Home will donate $5,000 to the Quackerjack Foundation. So every time a Ducks hitter goes deep this season, watch for the Chappie's Challenge home run count on the scoreboard. And if we reach 100, we're all a winner. Chappie's Funeral Home, where caring for others is a family tradition.
New York Sports Day is one of the largest independent New York sports news sources out there for coverage of the Long Island Ducks, the Mets, the Yankees, major and minor league baseball, football, basketball, hockey, and soccer. Visit www.nysportsday.com. New York Sports Day, your independent Gotham sports news source. Third inning here in Sugar Land, Texas. The Ducks lead the Skeeters 1-0 on Lou Ford's RBI groundout in the first. Here's Giovanni Alfonso, the second baseman, to begin the third. And the first pitch from Brent Marshall is swung and fouled straight back to the screen. Good cut from Alfonso, but he's behind at 0-1. Alfonso comes into the game hitting .322 on the season. The Ducks leading hitter, no homers and 20 runs batted in. Here is the 0-1. He swings and slashes it foul again, almost to the exact same spot on the screen behind home plate. That's 0-2. We'll see if Alfonso gets consideration for the All-Star game. I think he has been the Ducks' most consistent hitter throughout the first half of the season. As the 0-2 is taken high for ball 1. Doesn't have the big numbers in terms of homers, RBIs, doubles, runs scored, things like that. But a .322 average, he's been consistently getting hits in almost every game here in the first half. 1-2. He swings and hits a ground ball sharply to short. Diving stop made by Kevin Aarons. The throw from the outfield grass in time. Nice play by the shortstop Kevin Aarons to rob Alfonso of the base hit. Not much Alfonso could do there, but tip your cap to Kevin Aarons. He made a great play, diving to his right to stop it, and the long throw right on target to Travis Scott to retire Alfonso. So one away here in the third, and that's going to bring up the shortstop, Dan Lyons. Sugar Land kind of middle of the pack defensively this year. They have a .979 fielding percentage. That's fifth in the league, one behind the Ducks, who are actually tied for third at .981. Sugar Land, though, has made 9 more errors than the Ducks, 50-41. First pitch, and Lyons a swing and a miss, chased a fastball downstairs, 0-1. Lyons hitting .246 on the season for the Ducks. He's got a home run and 9 runs batted in. From the line, here's the 0-1. And Lyons checks his swing, and the ball bounces away, but they said that Lyons went around on it, so that is strike 2, and it looked like the catcher, Albert Cordero, got shaken up on that. It bounced, it kind of caught him, it looked like in the throat. The pitcher, Brent Marshall, was signaling over to the Skeeters dugout on the first base side to say that the trainer should come out and that it caught him on the throat, but Max Mahaffey, the trainer for Sugar Land, has yet to come out of the dugout, and I guess Cordero is all right. Didn't seem like Lyons offered much at it, but the home plate umpire with a better view than we have it. So 0-2 on Dan Lyons. Marshall's retired 7 in a row now, and Lyons smacks one foul down the third base line. Gave up the leadoff triple to Lentini, but now 7 straight have been retired. On 4 groundouts to short, 2 strikeouts, and a lineout back to the mound. Another 0-2 delivery. Marshall winds it, fires, and Lyons takes the fastball high. That runs the count to 1-2. Marshall made 2 starts against the Ducks in 2016 and did not fare well in those. We'll get you the numbers after this pitch, which misses high again. Evens the count at 2-2. Marshall was 0-1 and had an ERA of 9 in 2 starts. Gave up 8 runs, 10 hits, 11 walks in just 8 innings of work last year against the Ducks. This is his first outing against them this season. 2-2 is a breaking ball that is taken a little bit high. That was a close pitch. The Lions took it, but the call was a ball. And now the count full at 3-2 as Lions has done a good job to work the count full. Payoff pitch on the way for Marshall. Lions swings, it's a high fly ball in the air to center. Drifting in a couple steps is Derek Miller. And he will make the catch for out number 2. So the Lions will head back to the dugout on the third base side. 2 down here in the 3rd inning. And back to the top of the order we go for Phelan Lentini. Lentini has been the only Duck to reach first time through the order against Brent Marshall. A triple down the left field line to lead off the ball game. Marshall's first pitch to Lentini here. And the fastball misses upstairs, 1-0. Lentini with his 3rd triple of the season ended up scoring on Ford's RBI groundout for his 34th run of the year. 1-0. And the breaking ball misses upstairs. So Lentini jumps ahead in the count at 2 balls and no strikes. Lentini with 34 runs now, 1 shy of entering the top 5 in the Atlantic League. 2-0 is ripped on the ground, foul down the third base line. Off the glove of a fan. Down that left field line, stays on the field of play, and Reggie Liggins will flip it to a fan in the crowd. So the count now 2-1. Lentini last night for the Ducks picked up 2 hits, both of them doubles. And here he grounds one to the left side and threw another base hit for Phelan Lentini. So back-to-back multi-hit games for the Ducks veteran, as Lentini has tripled and singled. He's halfway to the cycle on this Sunday evening. Last night, Lentini with 2 doubles, an RBI, and 2 runs scored in his 4 at-bats. That's a triple, a single, and a run scored already today. And now Delta Cleary Jr. to the plate as the Ducks break the string of the 8 straight batters retired by Brent Marshall. See if Lentini tries to take off for second at any point to get into scoring position for Cleary Jr. First pitch from Marshall on the way. And Cleary Jr. takes down and away for ball 1. Cleary Jr., the first time he came to the plate in the 1st inning, ended up hitting a grounder to the shortstop. Kevin Aarons was not good enough to get the run home. The infield drawn in. Ford's grounder, though, a little bit further back, and that allowed Lentini to score from 3rd. Here's the 1-0 throw over to first, though, to check on Lentini. And certainly is a threat to steal. He's got 27 stolen bases this year. And with those 27 steals, is the active league leader. He is still 6 behind Darian Sanford of Lancaster. A throw over to first. And back safely is Lentini. Time is now called. And Lentini walking up the first base line here. Not sure if he shook something up on that dive back to first. Seems to be all right. Brent Marshall, by the way, has made 4 errors this season for Sugarland, so not the best defensive player on the mound. And no surprise to see the Ducks trying to get him to throw over to first base a little bit more. See if he throws one away, and the Ducks can take advantage of an error. Be a 1-0 pitch coming from Marshall. Kicks and fires, and Cleary Jr. a ground ball to the right side. 2 hops for the second baseman Prince. He throws on to first in time for the out, and that will end the inning. So in the 3rd for Long Island, no runs, 1 hit, and they leave a man on base. We have played 2.5 innings here on this Sunday night in Sugarland, Texas. Ducks still in front by a run.
Hey fans, this is outfielder Phelan Lentini, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Oh, I love it! The color of my new Nicolette patio is so vibrant. It's unlike anything I've ever seen.
You're welcome. I'm just going to go finish that Nicolette walkway now.
Make your pavers vivid Nicolette pavers. The best looking, most vibrant pavers with the most 3-color blends in the industry. Featuring Nicolette's exclusive paver shield and color blending technology. With color throughout and guaranteed not to fade. Live life in color with Nicolette. Visit Nicolette.com.
Have your birthday at the ballpark this season and celebrate with the Flock. Kona Ice birthday party packages with the Long Island Ducks are now available. Each package includes 10 box seats, a commemorative birthday t-shirt and autographed baseball, a pizza and Kona Ice party in the Hebrew National Picnic area, and so much more. Best of all, the birthday child will stand on the dugout while the entire crowd sings happy birthday. Reserve your party today by calling the group sales department at 631-940-3825. Kona Ice birthday parties with the Long Island Ducks, a once-in-a-lifetime experience. We are back in Sugar Land, Texas, as we go to the bottom of the third inning. The Ducks with a 1-0 lead. Delta Cleary Jr.'s ground out to second. That ended the top half of this inning. Was the 15th out of tonight's ball game. Did you know that a 15-minute phone call to Geico could save you 15% or more on your car insurance? Get a free quote today. Call 1-800-947-AUTO. That's 1-800-947-AUTO or visit geico.com. Michael Pollock here with you at Constellation Field as we go to the bottom of the third. For the Skeeters, it'll be the 9-hitter Derek Miller beginning things, and then back to the top of the order for Josh Prince and Kevin Ahrens. Larkins has allowed a single and a walk through the first two innings, nothing further. So here is Derek Miller to the plate. He bats from the right side. First pitch on the way from Matt Larkins, and Miller fouls this one off down the right field line out of play. And it's 0-1. Miller hitting .233 this year for Sugar Land. 4 homers, 18 runs batted in. Larkin shakes off Berg. Now he has the pitch he likes. Here's the 0-1. And Miller takes the breaking ball inside near the hands to even the count up at 1-1. Miller had gone 5 straight games without a hit, but coming out of a slump here, .384 average since that stretch. Over his last 4 games, he has 5 for his last 13. Now the 1-1. Breaking ball popped up foul. That's off to the first base side out of play. And now the count even up runs to 1-2. Last night, Miller was 1 for 3. Got pinch hit for, though, in the 9th inning. And Lance Sawatsky came to the plate trying to hit the ball out of the ballpark and tied the game, and ended up grounding into the game-ending 4-6-3 double play. 1-2. That taken upstairs. Looked like a changeup from Larkins. We'll even things up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Miller, Prince, and Ahrens, the 3 due up, all 3 right-handed hitters. 2-2 from Larkins. Fouled off again by Miller down the right field line. Good swing on it. Hit it fairly deep, but foul. And we'll do it again at 2-2. Ducks defense playing straight away here for Miller, both in the infield and the outfield. Outfielders all about medium depth. Another 2-2 delivery to the plate. And Miller lines one back up the middle, caught by Larkins. And there is out number 1. Nice reflex by Matt Larkins there on the comebacker from Miller to make the grab. So each pitcher has now caught a line drive tonight, 1 away. So 1 away in the inning. Back to the top of the order we go, and here is the second baseman, Josh Prince. Prince will bat from the right side as Larkins gets the sign, winds and fires to the plate. And Prince takes the first pitch fastball on the inside corner for strike 1. Third baseman Ruben Gotay moves in tight at third with Prince and his speed, just in case Prince tries to lay down a bunt. Pacheco well off the bag at first base, past the edge of the cutout. And the 0-1. Breaking ball hit on the ground is short. Charging in his Lions. Fields and throws on the run for the out. And Miller retired for out number 2. Check that was Prince, that was retired. Miller was retired for the first out. Prince on the ground out for out number 2. Prince had walked his first time up.
Shortstop number 4, Kevin Ahrens.
So with 2 down and the base is empty, here's Kevin Ahrens to the plate, the shortstop who began the season with the Lancaster Barnstormers. Has spent the last few seasons with the Barnstormers, but was traded to the Skeeters this this season. First pitch, and Aarons takes a strike over the outside corner, 0-1. First time up, he hit a single back up the middle. That's the only hit of the game thus far for Sugar Land. Last night, Aarons was 1 for 4 with a run scored and had a single in the game. Breaking ball here misses down and away, and that'll even the count up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Larkins thus far has thrown just over 40 pitches in the game, or just over 30, excuse me. He's about 35 right now. 1-1. Breaking ball cut on and missed. Good curveball that time from Matt Larkins. And Aarons with a big swing, but cut right through it. And Larkins trying for another 1-2-3 inning here in the third. He's now recorded 8 straight outs since the single by Aarons. From the line, here's the 1-2 delivery. And Aarons will take a fastball down and away, would not chase. And that'll even things up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. This is Larkin's first time pitching here, by the way, since Game 2 of last year's Atlantic League Championship Series. 2-2 on the way. Another pitch that misses down and away, scooped out of the dirt by Berg. And that runs the count full at 3-2. Larkins pitched very well in that game. Had thrown 5 2/3 scoreless innings and allowed just 2 hits. Allowed a runner to reach with 2 outs in the inning on a base hit, and then was lifted from the game. And Travis Scott came to the plate. Ended up hitting a 2-run home run off of Patrick Kreider. 3-2 popped up in the air, foul, first base side. This will go out of play. Do it again at 3-2. Kevin Byers wanted to set up the lefty-lefty matchup with a power hitter like Scott. But on the first pitch, got something good to hit from Kreider and hit it over the wall and right. For a 2-run home run, Skeeters won that game by a score of 2-0. And Larkins charged with the run and charged with the loss. A hard luck loss in that one. Another payoff pitch to Aarons. And he takes a fastball that misses down in the zone for ball 4. Alex Berg and Matt Larkins both thought that they had strike 3. Larkins now asking the home plate umpire where that pitch was. So a 2-out walk issued here by Matt Larkins. That's the second walk he has allowed tonight. And that ends the streak of 8 straight retired. Now Travis Scott will step up to home plate. I think Alex Berg there was also asking where the pitch location was. Didn't miss by much. Might have been a little bit down and in. But a 2-out base on balls, and here is Scott, who popped out to left field his first time up in the opening inning. Larkins out of the stretch now. And his first pitch to Scott is taken inside for ball 1. Another pitch that was close, but just missed the corner. 1-0 on Scott, who last night, no hits and 3 at-bats, did score a run and drew a walk. .0 delivered to the plate. Scott takes a fastball. That hits the outside corner for a called strike. That'll even things up at 1-1. Giovanni Alfonso, the second baseman, shaded over to his left. The shortstop, Dan Lyons, ranging up the middle. And Ruben Gotay well off the bag at third with the lefty hitter at the plate. Aarons takes his lead off at first, 3 for 3 in the stolen base department this year, as Scott rips one in the air to deep right center field. Long run back for Delta Cleary Jr. He looks up and it's over his head. 1 hop off the wall. Rounding third is Aarons. He's going to try and score. The throw coming in at the plate is not in time. It's a 2-out RBI double for Travis Scott, and the Skeeters tie the game at 1. Tough break there for the Ducks, as Matt Larkins thought he had strike 3 against Kevin Aarons, does not get the call. And after the walk, Travis Scott doubles over the head of Cleary Jr. in the right center field gap. For Scott, his 35th RBI of the year, 11th double. And Sugar Land gets on the board for the first time tonight. For Kevin Aarons, his 33rd run of the season. Now it'll be Brian Pounds to the plate, batting from the right side with 2 away. First pitch from Larkins, swinging a foul back to the screen behind home plate. And the count goes to 0-1 on Pounds, who grounded it into a 5 unassisted fielder's choice back in the first inning. With 2 on and 1 out, Josh Prince was retired at third, but Pounds beat the throw to first, especially after it was dropped by Pacheco. Pacheco well off the bag at first here for Pounds, and Alfonso, the second baseman, shaded towards the middle. 0-1. Pounds takes the fastball on the outside corner for strike 2. So 0-2 the count here on Pounds. Larkin's looking for strike 3 here to limit the damage to just the 1 run. Scott takes his lead off at second base. Larkins gets the sign from Berg, comes set at the belt. And the 0-2 delivery is taken upstairs. Like a changeup from Larkins, 1-2. At times this year, Larkins has struggled a little bit with 2 outs in the inning to get that final out. John Brownell said in the pregame he's fallen into some tough luck as well during the season. And there again, a bit of tough luck. Thought he had strike 3, didn't get it. Now walking a double later. Game is tied. The 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. He blew the fastball this time by Brian Pounds. And that retires the side in the bottom of the 3rd. Skeeters get on the scoreboard, though, to tie the game. They get a run on 1 hit and a walk. No errors. They leave a runner on base. We have played 3 here in Sugar Land, Texas. Ducks and the Skeeters tied at 1.
Hey fans, this is infielder Elmer Reyes, and you're listening to Duck Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
M&V Limousines is the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks. Family owned and operated, they've been in the business for over 24 years. M&V Limousines offers coach buses with Wi-Fi and restrooms, party buses, exotic limousines, and also recently acquired Hampton Luxury Liner with regular service from New York City to the Hamptons. They also offer a variety of vineyard tour options. Whether you're looking for transportation for weddings, proms, corporate outings, or long-distance trips, they've got the right vehicle for you. Visit their showroom in Comac or check them out online at mvlimo.com. M&V Limousines and Hampton Luxury Liner, the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks.
Family fun every time.
Beautiful evening for baseball.
Big action every time.
He reaches up. It's gone!
Great value every time.
And the Ducks have won it 7-1.
The Ducks schedule is loaded with new promotions this season, and with an average ticket price of just $10 and free parking, there is no better value on Long Island. For game times and tickets, visit liducks.com. Long Island Ducks Baseball. Good times every time.
On to the 4th inning we go here in Sugar Land, Texas. The Ducks and the Skeeters are now tied up at 1 apiece. And as we head to the 4th, it is time for our favorite part of the game, our 4th inning trivia, where we test your knowledge of the Long Island Ducks, the Atlantic League, and baseball as a whole. I'll give you the question here coming up. It revolves around tonight's pitcher, Brent Marshall, and the Sugar Land Skeeters. Lou Ford to begin the 4th inning. And the first pitch to him is taken upstairs on a fastball, 1-0. Brent Marshall, a former big leaguer, spent 1 season in the majors with the Yankees, pitched in 3 games at the major league level. Here's the 1-0. That's driven in the air to right field. Heading back into the corner goes Anthony Giansanti, still on the run in the corner, and that ball is caught. A catch made in the right field corner by Anthony Giansanti in foul territory for the first out of the inning. Well, we could not see it. Once the ball goes into that corner, we're blocked by the stands as they curl into home plate down the right field line. We can't see past the foul line. And Giansanti makes the catch to retire Ford for the first out. Ford now 0 for 2, but he did drive in a run in the first inning on a ground out. So now Angelo Sanko to the plate. We'll get you the question after the first pitch to Sanko from Marshall. Right-hander fires to the plate. Sanko takes a fastball outside for ball 1. Brent Marshall is one of 2 major league pitchers all time to attend Ross S. Sterling High School in Baytown, Texas. He's one of 2 that have ever reached the big leagues to pitch at that high school. It's about 46 miles east of here. As that is taken for a strike by Sanko, 1-1. The question, who is the other major leaguer to attend that high school? And our hint, he is a former Sugar Land Skeeter. And a former major leaguer at that, as we mentioned. 1-1. Sanko takes the fastball up high. And it is 2-1, so we'll let you think about it. We'll give you the answer in the bottom half of this 4th inning. These 2 were actually teammates here with the Skeeters when they played. 2-1. Sonko a drive in the air down the right field line, heading back into the corner. That is going to be a foul ball. Sonko just missing a double down the right field line. Hit that ball right on the button, but just a bit out in front and landed a couple of feet to the right of the chalk. So now the count even at 2-2. Sonko, the only Duck to come to the plate last night that did not get a hit. He did draw a walk, though, so everybody got on base last night. 2-2, and he swings and pops this one in the air, foul to the third base side out of play. And we'll do it yet again with the count even. Shortstop Kevin Aaron shaded towards the middle for the lefty hitter. Big hole on the left side of the infield. 2-2. That's down and in. Good eye by Sonko to take that pitch out of the strike zone from Marshall. Marshall has given up 2 hits, both to Lentini, but he has retired everybody else that he has faced. Each team with a run, each team with 2 hits thus far. Skeeters have also drawn 2 walks. Payoff pitch from Marshall. And Sonko swings and grounds it hard but foul down the right field line. Right past Alfredo Simon, tomorrow night's starter for the Ducks, who is coaching over at first base. Fan reaching over the stands down the right field line to grab that baseball. Another payoff pitch coming from Marshall. Kicks and fires to the plate. Sonko is swinging a high pop-up in the air behind second base on the outfield grass. Josh Prince, the second baseman, will make the catch. Sonko just misses a double down the right field line, ends up popping out to second. Now with 2 away, that is going to leave it up to the catcher, Alex Berg. And obviously still a very long way to go in this game, but in the early going, Marshall, who has struggled on the mound this year, is limiting the Ducks. Long Island's offense struggling again with Larkins on the mound here. It's been a troubling trend and really no explanation for it. First pitch on the way to Berg, grounded hard up the middle in a center field base hit. Berg must have heard me talking about it. So he is on with his first hit of the game, and he is 1 for 2 now on the night after striking out in the second. For the second straight inning, a 2-out base hit for Long Island. So Berg on at first and 2 away. That is going to bring Jordan Pacheco to the plate. Again, Long Island scored just 2 runs for Larkins on Tuesday night in Game 2 of the doubleheader against Somerset. In that 8-2 loss, they picked up back-to-back 3-1 wins in the previous 2 starts for Larkins. And he got the win in both, including that game where he took a no-hitter into the 9th inning against Somerset on June 15th in New Jersey. First pitch here, and Pacheco takes the breaking ball downstairs from the right-hander. 1-0 the count. Pacheco, a strikeout victim his first time up in the second on a pitch he thought was a ball, but strike call was made a bit delayed by the home plate umpire. Pacheco ended up getting retired at first base. They said that he had gone around on the swing. Berger leads at first to 1-0. Pacheco, a ground ball at the third base line, foul. Past Brian Pounds, but no harm, no foul as it went foul. So I guess there is a foul there. And the count even up at 1-1. Pacheco in last night's game caught behind the plate. He had 2 hits in the ball game for the Ducks among his 4 at-bats. Also was hit by a pitch in the 9th inning. Had singles in the 2nd and the 6th for the Ducks. Gets the start at first base tonight as Omar Reyes getting the night off, as is Anthony Vega. 1-1 the count. Kicking the pitch on the way. Pacheco, a half swing and a ball down in the dirt. They appeal to first, but no swing. Says the first base umpire tonight, Ken Langford. So it's 2-1 now on Pacheco. Ducks got a 2-out run in last night's game. That came in the 7th inning when Lentini doubled. Vega reached on the infield single, and then the error allowed Lentini to score from second on the play. 2-1. Pacheco takes a fastball that catches the outside corner for strike 2. That evens the count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 men out. Here in the top of the 4th inning, the Ducks and the Skeeters tied up at 1. And Alex Berg will be off on, not on this pitch, but if it gets to 3-2, he would be off. Marshall comes set. Here is the 2-2. Now Pacheco, a half swing and a miss for strike 3. He chased down and away. The second strikeout of the night for Jordan Pacheco, and that retires the side in the fourth. 3 strikeouts on the night now for Marshall. No runs a hit. The Ducks leave another on base after 3.5 innings of play. It remains 1-1 here at Constellation Field.
Hey fans, this is infielder Giovanni Alfonso, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Long Island's Ford Giant is celebrating its 60th year anniversary. Stop by Sayville Ford to check out their state-of-the-art showroom featuring enclosed service drives, luxurious customer lounge, and a larger selection to choose from. Get giant savings on hundreds of new and used vehicles in stock. Sayville Ford's 60th anniversary celebration is going on now. Visit SayvilleFord.com or download the Sayville Ford app today to learn more about Sayville Ford's 60th anniversary savings. Call 631-589-4800 today.
Bethpage Ballpark is a great place to watch a ball game, so why not do so from some of the best seats in the house? The Ducks are proud to present the brand new Long Island Ducks Beer Garden. Open for all fans on nights when the Smokin' Owl's party deck has not been reserved, the Beer Garden will feature a variety of frosty draft and bottled brews, as well as several food choices. The area has been decked out with bar rail seating and Ducks-branded furniture to provide a comfortable atmosphere for everyone. Be sure to stop by and check out the brand new Long Island Ducks Beer Garden on your next visit to the ballpark. One game goes to the bottom of the fourth inning at Constellation Field. Long Island Ducks, Sugarland Skeeters meeting for the third time in this 7-game week-long series. So as we go to the bottom of the fourth, it's time to give you the answer to tonight's fourth inning trivia question, where we tested your knowledge of the Long Island Ducks, the Atlantic League, and baseball as a whole. Can we give you the question in the top half of this inning? Tonight's starter for the Skeeters, Brent Marshall, is one of 2 players all-time to reach the major leagues after having played at Ross S. Sterling High School in Baytown, Texas. It's about 46 miles to the east of us. And our question to you was, who is the other to have reached the big leagues after playing at that same high school that Brent Marshall did? And we also told you that Marshall and this other player were both teammates here with the Sugarland Skeeters at one point. Answer coming up after the first pitch from Matt Larkins to Anthony Ginsanti. And bunted out by Ginsanti, third base side of home plate. Larkins fields, throws to first for the out. Easy play there for Larkins. And there's out number 1 as Ginsanti tried to bunt his way on.
Designated hitter number 38.
So the answer for you is left-handed pitcher Hunter Cervenka. Hunter Cervenka, who was a member of the Skeeters with Brent Marshall in 2015, ended up making it up to the big leagues for the first time in 2016. When he spent time with both the Braves and the Marlins at the major league level, combined to pitch in 68 games in the big leagues, and was 1-0 with a 3.53 ERA. Pretty good numbers for a lefty that had special stuff here in Sugarland. First pitch is taken high and inside on a fastball. The count goes to 1-0 on Joel Guzman, who popped out to left his first time up. With Sugarland, Cervenka pitched in 8 games through 8 scoreless innings, struck out 12, walked just 1, and allowed 4 hits. Guzman a pop-up, foul territory, first base side of home plate. This will go back into the seats out of play. That will even up the count at 1-1. Cervenka ended up getting his contract purchased and made it up to the major leagues. Meanwhile, Brent Marshall's pitched 3 games in the major leagues, all with the New York Yankees back in 2013. At a 4.50 ERA, 6 runs all earned in 12 innings of work. Walked 7, struck out 7. Here Guzman a liner toward short, fielded on a hop by Dan Lyons. He lobs it over to first in time for the out, 2 away. So Guzman retired for the second time tonight. He's 0 for 2 in this game now, and 0 for 5 over the last 2 games, but he did have a sacrifice fly last night. And with 2 away, that is going to leave it up to Hector Oliveira, the left fielder and 7-hitter. Marshall first joined the Skeeters in 2015 at the beginning of the year in New Britain, Connecticut with the Rockies AA affiliate. Here a high pop-up in the air to right center field. Cleary Jr. and Lentini are converging. It's going to be Lentini who makes the call on the catch. And Matt Larkins retires his side in order in the 4th inning. So Sugarland goes down in order. We head to inning number 5 here on this Sunday night. Ducks and the Skeeters tied at 1.
Hey fans, this is pitcher Matt Larkins, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
PSEG Long Island is making things work for you with over 10 energy efficiency programs that can help you save on your monthly electric bill. From our free online energy analyzer and in-home energy assessments to rebates on energy-efficient air conditioning, even discounts on LED light bulbs. Helping you save on electricity is our job. What to do with your savings?
Flight 85 now boarding for the magic of Orlando.
Is entirely up to you. Visit pseglyny.com/save money. Just one more way PSEG Long Island is making things work for you.
Take your group out to the ball game this season and enjoy all the fun of Ducks baseball at discounted prices with the picnic area, luxury suites, the Smokin' Owls party deck, and so much more. Bringing your group to the game will be an unforgettable experience. The Ducks even offer opportunities to sing the national anthem, serve as the Ridgewood Savings Bank color guard, be the Nicolak Dream Team, put on a pregame performance, or shag fly balls during Ducks batting practice. To book your outing today, call 631-940-3825 and ask for the group sales department. Long Island Ducks Baseball. Good times every time.
Ducks fans, chill out all summer long with a cold cup of Hampton Coffee Company gourmet iced coffee. It's available at the concession stands over at Bethpage Ballpark. Hampton Coffee is the preferred coffee of the Long Island Ducks. Visit HamptonCoffeeCompany.com or check out their cafes out in the Hamptons. Ducks and the Skeeters tied at 1 here in the third game of this series. We head to the top half of the fifth inning. And for the Ducks, Ruben Gotay will lead things off against Brent Marshall. Good pitcher's duel going on right now between Marshall and Larkins to this point. And we'll see which side can get the lead now that the score is tied up at 1. Michael Pollock here with you, bringing you all the action. Ruben Gotay will step up to home plate to begin this top half of the fifth inning. First pitch on the way is taken upstairs for ball 1 by Gotay. He grounded out to short his first time up. That came back in the second. A ground ball hit back towards the middle. But Aaron Scott there and threw him out for the final line of the inning. Takes again, does Gotay. 2 balls, no strikes. Gotay did not play last night. He did play the opener of this series, had 2 hits in 3 at-bats and scored a run. 2-0. Another fastball up and out of the zone. And Marshall one more out of the zone away from walking his first batter of the night. From the stretch, windup, 3-0. Gotay takes that upstairs, ball 4. So 4 straight out of the strike zone from Brent Marshall to begin the fifth inning. First walk of the night for the Ducks. And it's brought to you by City MD Urgent Care. There are over 15 City MD locations across Long Island. Need a doctor? Just walk in. So Gotay is on to begin the inning, and now the 8-hitter and second baseman Giovanni Alfonso will come to the plate. By the way, the Skeeters tonight handed out a giveaway to fans as they came in. Replica Atlantic League Championship banners from the 2016 Atlantic League Championship, which they defeated the Ducks to win. No coincidence, I'm sure, that the Ducks were in town as they gave those away. First pitch breaking balls on the outside corner for strike 1. The actual banner is out in right center field, the right of the 3 flags that are out above the right center field wall. It says Atlantic League on the top line, 2016 champions on the bottom line, red and blue coloring. The 0-1 down and away, scooped out of the dirt there by Cordero, and didn't get far enough away for Cordero to take, Gotay to take second. And the count 1-1. Again, Gotay does not have good speed. We saw that on the ground out to short back in the second inning. And so he has to be sure he's going to make it to second before he takes off there. And a good job by Cordero to keep it near him at home plate, even though it did go slightly behind him. Not enough for Gotay to try and attempt second. 1-1 on Alfonso, who was robbed of a base hit by Aarons back in the third inning. Throw over to first, and back safely there is Gotay. Marshall looking over his left shoulder, now gets the sign. Here comes a 1-1, and Alfonso takes inside, it hit him. Slams the bat in disgust. It looked like it caught him on the left arm or the left hand. And so a hit by pitch is going to allow Alfonso to get to first. I think that also shook up the catcher, Albert Cordero. checking on him is Max Mahaffey, the trainer for the Skeeters, along the first base side. So that shook up not only Alfonso, but also the catcher. And Alfonso's going to make his way to first base, but the Skeeters now are paying attention to the catcher, Cordero, who lost his left glove on the play. It looks like they're checking out his right hand, though. I'm not sure if that pitch ended up hitting the bat of Alfonso and then catching the hand of Cordero. But either way, Alfonso is down at first, and the Skeeters can ill afford to lose Cordero at this point. Again, we told you they have only one extra position player on their roster. Alfonso certainly seems to be shaken up too over there at first base. Just slammed the helmet down after he got to first base and flexing out that left hand. It looks like Cordero is all right, and he is going to make his way back towards home plate. The Ducks have gotten the first two batters on here in the fifth without the need of a hit. A walk and a hit by pitch. And now the Ducks with two on and nobody out. And now Cordero going to test out that right hand as he wants to throw it over towards the second baseman Josh Prince to see if he is okay to stay in that game. And now throws to the pitcher, and I think he says that he's all right, so Max Mahaffey is going to head back to the first base dugout. Now we'll see if that changes the Ducks' strategy at all. If they have the opportunity to try and potentially steal against Cordero. With him feeling some pain in his right hand, might not be able to grip the ball and throw it as well as he normally would. Let's see what the Ducks do here. They've got first and second, nobody out there. 9-hitter and shortstop Dan Lyons coming to the plate. Will they try and sacrifice to move the runners in a scoring position for Lentini, who's already got 2 hits in tonight's ballgame? Corner infielders are playing in tight to guard against it. The middle infielders about halfway. First pitch from Brent Marshall. Lyons squares, and it takes the fastball up high for ball 1. Lyons this year with 2 sacrifice bunts on the season, so no surprise to see him squaring there. Kevin Baez usually likes to wait until later in the game, but this has been a good pitcher's duel to this point. Trying to put himself in the best position to take the lead back from Sugar Land after they lost it in the bottom of the third. See if Lyons squares again. Here comes a 1-0. Marshall deals, Lyons squares, and puts the bunt down foul, third base side of home plate. That'll even things up at a ball and a strike. For Alfonso, that's the second time he's been hit by a pitch this season. Again, we'll keep our eye on him over at first base, see if he is all right. Again, good enough to stay in the game. The Ducks will have to keep an eye on that. Looked like he got hit right on the hand area, hand or wrist, maybe the forearm. Marshall's 1-1. Lyons squares again and pulls back, takes the slider down and away. Would not chase after it, and that count goes to 2-1 now. Lyons had a fly out to center field his first time up back in the third inning. Last night was 1 for 3 at the plate with a couple of runs scored and a walk. From the stretch, here's the 2-1 pitch. Runners lead, Lyons squares and puts the bunt down. Third base side of home plate, a beauty. Marshall bare hands, throws on to first in time for the out. Good throw there from Marshall. Again, I think, too, the Ducks want to test Marshall a bit. Again, he has 4 errors on the season. So that probably a big factor into Kevin Baez asking Lyons to bunt. Sacrifice is successful for Lyons. And the Ducks get 2 runners in scoring position now as Gotay goes to third and Alfonso goes to second. So now with 1 out and 2 in scoring position, the infield's going to come in all the way around. Here is Phelan Lentini to the plate. He will bat from the right side. First pitch on the way from Marshall. Lentini takes a breaking ball over the inside corner for strike 1. Lentini thought that was too far inside and now having words with the home plate umpire about it, thinking that it broke in around the inside part of the plate. Lentini adamant about it. The fans don't like his conversation going on. So that'll be an 0-1. Marshall gets the sign and comes set. Kicking the pitch on the way. Lentini takes the fastball up high, would not chase. And that'll even the count up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Lentini has gotten 2 hits already in this game, a triple in the first, later scored, and then singled through the left side with 2 outs in the third. 1-1. Lentini is swinging a miss. breaking ball that slid over the outside corner of the plate. So that is strike 2. By the way, the put out on the sacrifice was 1-4. Second baseman Josh Prince covering over at first. So now Lentini behind at 1-2. Again, the infield is in all the way around. The shortstop Aaron's the furthest back, a couple feet behind the grass. 1-2, and Lentini fouls this one off, spoiled it to the first base side, out of play. Do it again, out of ball and 2 strikes. Lentini had an RBI in last night's game on a double down the right field line in the 3rd inning. Gotay leads off of 3rd, Alfonso at 2nd. Alfonso has the better speed of the 2. And the 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Lentini chased the slider down to the zone, and now he's going to have a conversation again with the home plate umpire. So Lentini strikes out. That's the 4th strikeout of the night for Marshall. And with 2 away, that is going to bring Delta Cleary Jr. to the plate. So Lentini has his say. Kevin Baez coming down from 3rd, 2 to break it up. And with 2 down, that is going to leave it up to the center fielder, Delta Cleary Jr. So the runners remain at 2nd and 3rd down with 2 away, and Cleary Jr., who is 0 for 2 with a pair of groundouts, will come up and try and get the job done. The infield moves back now. The only one who is still in tight is the 3rd baseman, Brian Pounds. First pitch from Marshall on the way. Cleary Jr. takes the fastball high and outside for ball 1. Cleary Jr. this season has struggled in these situations. He is hitting just .087 in 23 at-bats with runners in scoring position and 2 outs, trying to break that trend here. 1-0. Takes the fastball downstairs, another out of the zone, and quickly jumps in front at 2-0. Good hitters count now for Cleary Jr. Ducks again just looking for the base hit here to try and take the lead back. 1-1 game, top of the 5th inning. Here's the 2-0. Cleary Jr. takes, that misses high and outside. So now 3-0. And another out of the zone would load up the bases for Lou Ford, who waits on deck. Ford is 0 for 2, but has driven in a run in this game and had 3 RBIs last night. I think he'll be taking all the way here. 3-0. Does take all the way, and the fastball's right down the middle for strike 1. So again, Cleary Jr. gets into the driver's seat with a good hitter's count at 3 balls and a strike. Gotay, who walked to start the inning, is at 3rd. Alfonso, who was hit by a pitch, still leads at 2nd. Marshall shakes off his catcher, now has the pitch he likes, and now time is called from Cordero. He wants to go through the signs once again. 3-1 pitch from Marshall to Cleary Jr. on the way. Cleary Jr. swings a ground ball right back to the mound. Fielded on a hop by Marshall. He flips the first in time. The Ducks waste the opportunity here in the 5th inning. For Long Island, no runs, no hits in the inning. A walk, a hit by pitch. They leave both runners in scoring position halfway through on this Sunday evening. And the Ducks and the Skeeters remain tied up at 1.
Hey fans, this is Yuri De La Rosa, left-hander pitcher, and you are listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Hey Ducks fans, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks is the Radisson Hotel Hauppauge, Long Island. It's centrally located on the north shore of Long Island and offers a home away from home for both business and leisure guests. The Radisson Hotel Hauppauge, Long Island features an indoor pool, 24-hour business center, a fitness center, and complimentary Wi-Fi in all guest rooms. Enjoy the contemporary American cuisine at the Fountain Grill restaurant or grab a quick bite to eat at Cafe Pronto. And best of all, it's only minutes away from Bethpage Ballpark. The Radisson Hotel Hauppauge, Long Island, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks. Call 631-231-1100 today. That's 631-231-1100.
Hey Ducks fans, stay up to date with Long Island's hometown team by visiting Quack of the Bat, the official blog of the Long Island Ducks. Quack of the Bat will bring Ducks fans beyond the headlines with in-depth feature articles, breaking news stories, game previews, post-game wrap-ups, and so much more. Interact with the team during the entire season through quotes directly from the players and coaches, as well as exclusive video clips and photos. Check out the blog today at quackofthebat.wordpress.com. Quack of the Bat, the official blog of the Long Island Ducks. we move to the bottom of the 5th inning, a chance for the Ducks to take the lead back when they had first and second and nobody out in the top half of the inning. But the Ducks cannot get the job done as Phelan Lentini strikes out and Delta Cleary Jr. grounds out back to the mound. So the score remains 1-1 as we go to the bottom of the 5th. And for Sugar Land, Albert Cordero, who got somewhat injured in the top half of the inning on that hit by pitch of Alfonso. The ball seemed to ricochet off his right hand. Stays in the game, and he will lead things off against Matt Larkins. Larkins begins his 5th inning of work. He has looked strong tonight. And his first pitch on the way to the switch-hitting catcher is taken on the outside corner for strike 1. Also go through the out-of-town scoreboard this inning, get you caught up around the Atlantic League and the Major League scoreboard. Everything in the Atlantic League already final. The 2 New York teams have already completed their games in the majors today. Here's the 0-1 to Cordero. And he will swing and ground it over the mound towards second base. Alfonso is there. The off-balance throw to first just in time to get Cordero. They say the ball was lost on the transfer. And so there's the first out here in the bottom of the 5th. That'll bring up Derek Miller. In Bridgewater, New Jersey today, the Somerset Patriots, a 12-3 win over the New Britain Bees. Will Oliver, the win, improved to 3-0 on the year, and the loser was Brian Dupre, who fell to 3-5. Kyle Roller went deep for Somerset, his 5th of the year, 2 home runs on the day, his 1st and 2nd of the season from Christian Marrero, who ended up with 5 RBIs and 3 runs in the game. So Somerset maintains their lead in the division. As the first pitch breaking ball misses low to Miller, 1-0. Miller will line out back to the mound his first time up. Cordero, by the way, is now over 2 after that ground out. He had popped to center back in the 2nd. 1-0 from Larkins. Drive in the air to left towards the line. Long run back for Luke Ford, heading to the warning track, and in front of it he'll make the catch for the first out. Ford took a little bit of a weird route to that, but ultimately was able to make the grab for the 2nd out of the inning. Bridgeport Bluefish stay within 4 games in the Liberty Division as they defeat the Blue Crabs 6-3 down in Southern Maryland. Tyler Bradamo, the winner, improved to 4-3, 7 innings of 1-run ball. Pat McCoy, the loser, fell to 2-2, and Manny Del Carmen picked up his first save of the year. No home runs in the game for Bridgeport, though. 2 RBIs from Daniel Fields helped lead the way. A 3-hit performance from Darby Myers. Foul ball down the right field line here by Josh Prince for strike 1. And today they completed the suspended game from Friday night in York, where the Barnstormers and Revolution originally looked like they were going to get postponed. They ended up suspending the game, and York came back with 2 runs in the bottom of the 5th and single runs in the 7th, 8th, and 9th to walk on with a 6-5 win in that game. Gomez, the win, improved to 1-2, and Moscas, the loser, fell to 3-1. Here's the 0-1 to Prince. He takes a fastball strike over the outside corner, 0-2. Sean Halton in that game hit home run number 12 for the Barnstormers. Travis Witherspoon his 4th, Alonzo Harris his 5th, Angel Franco his 4th for the Revolution. 0-2 delivery from Larkins, and Prince takes a fastball on the outside corner, strike 3 called. So Matt Larkins picks up his 2nd strikeout of the night as he paints the outside corner to strike out Josh Prince. And Larkins, for the 2nd straight inning, retires the side in order. So in the 5th, Sugar Land goes down 1-2-3. Let's take this game to the 6th. Here at Constellation Field, Ducks and Skeeters in a good pitcher's duel, tied at 1.
Hey fans, this is catcher Alex Berg, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Going way back is Joe Holden, and he is looking up, and that one is headed to field 5 at Robert Moses. The waves are gnarly, and the Ducks have tied it at 1.
That was another home run for the Ducks. And Duck fans, what's more fun than a home run that helps the Ducks win a game? How about a homer that helps the community win? Chappie's Funeral Home and the Long Island Ducks have once again teamed up for the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 homers this season, Chappie's Funeral Home will donate $5,000 to the Quackerjack Foundation. So every time a Ducks hitter goes deep this season, watch for the Chappie's Challenge home run count on the scoreboard. And if we reach 100, we're all a winner. Chappie's Funeral Home, where caring for others is a family tradition.
Can't get enough of the Long Island Ducks?
Ducks? Well, now you can get even more inside info on your favorite hometown team through Facebook and Twitter. The Ducks are constantly updating fans through social media with scores, transactions, ballpark promotions, and much more. You can even win great prizes. All you'll need to do is make a free account on Facebook and Twitter, and then visit us at facebook.com/LIDucks and twitter.com/LIDucks. Think you're Long Island's biggest Ducks fan? Get connected now.
To the 6th inning we go, 1-1 ball game here in Texas. Finishing up on the out-of-town scoreboard, the regularly scheduled game today between the Barnstormers and the Revolution. Lancaster won it 9-4. Brad Bergeson, the win, improved to 4-5. The loser was Curtis Parch, who fell to 3-5. The game was a 7-inning game. And Blake Galen went deep for the Barnstormers, his 8th of the year. Casey Thompson, his league-leading 20th home run. Sean Halton also went deep for his 13th of the season. And Josh Bell with his first home run of the year. So the Barnstormers flexed their muscles for the 9-4 win in Game 2. Blew Ford a high drive in the air to center field, but it's going to stay in the ballpark. Derek Miller, camping under it, is going to make the catch. Ford hit that one a mile high in the air. But it goes for an out and quickly one away here in the 6th inning. Ford now 0-for-3 on the night. That'll bring Angelo Sanco to the plate. On the Major League scoreboard, Yankees nearly complete a 7-run comeback, but they fall to the Rangers 7-6 on Old Timers Day at Yankee Stadium. Nick Martinez got the winner, improved to 3-3. Michael Pineda, the loser, fell to 7-4. And Matt Bush with his 9th save of the year. First pitch to Angelo Sanco was a fastball inside, ball 1. Gary Sanchez hit his 13th home run of the season for the Yankees, and Ronald Torreyes went deep for his 2nd of the year. 1-0. Sanco takes high for ball 2. For the Rangers, Adrian Beltre, his 3rd home run. Shin-Soo Choo with his 12th of the season, and Drew Robinson hit his 1st of the year. 2-0 for Marshall to Sanco, and he'll take a breaking ball on the outside corner for strike 1. Mets complete the sweep in San Francisco. They defeat the Giants today 8-2. Rafael Montero, the win, improved to 1-4, and Matt Moore, the loser, fell to 3-8. Rene Rivera, the former Atlantic leaguer, with 2 home runs for the Mets. As Sanco takes low for ball 3. Rivera with his 4th and 5th of the year. Jay Bruce hit his 20th home run of the season. Curtis Granderson his 10th. To help key the Mets, who had turned things around after the sweep in L.A. 3-1. And Sanco takes inside for ball 4. Didn't miss by much. Marshall now asking either his catcher Cordero or the home plate umpire where the pitch was. So that's the 2nd walk that Marshall has allowed tonight. And another walk brought to you by City MD Urgent Care. There are over 15 City MD locations across Long Island. Need a doctor? Just walk in. Skeeters do have a right-hander beginning to warm out in the bullpen down the right field line as Alex Berg steps up to the plate. Marshall has just crossed the 90-pitch mark. He's at 90 pitches, 50 for strikes. Here's Berg from the right side. First pitch breaking ball is over the outside corner for strike 1. Berg 1 for 2 on the night. He singled his last time up in the 4th and struck out swinging in the 2nd inning. Sanco takes his lead at first with 1 out. And the 0-1. Drive in the air to left field here by Berg. That's going to chase the left fielder Oliveira back. But at deep left center, he'll make the catch for the 2nd out. Hit it well, just didn't get all of it. And Berg retired for the 2nd out. Neither side has yet to hit a home run in this series. This is certainly not a hitter's ballpark for sure. And with 2 outs, that will leave it up to Jordan Pacheco. Final day at the Travelers Championship, by the way, today in Cromwell, Connecticut. Jordan Spieth is the winner. He and Daniel Berger went to a playoff, and Spieth won on the first hole. So Jordan Spieth is the winner of the Travelers Championship in Connecticut. So 2 down, the runner still at first for Long Island. They have left 4 on base over the last 3 innings. First pitch here to Pacheco. A half swing and a ball down low. They appeal the first. Ken Langford said no swing. The count 1-0. Pacheco in the game 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts, both swinging. 1 in the 2nd, 1 in the 4th. Ducks have had a runner on in every inning except the 2nd tonight, but just 1 run on 3 hits to this point. Here's the 1-0. Pacheco takes a breaking ball on the outside corner for a strike from Marshall. And that'll even the count at 1-1. Marshall looking much better tonight than his season numbers indicate. Here's the 1-1. Pacheco swinging a drive in the air to deep left center field. Oliveira going back at the track. He makes the catch. Boy, that one looked good off the bat of Pacheco, but that ball just died with the wind blowing in towards the first base line, and Pacheco is retired for the final out of the 6th inning. A couple of hard hit balls by Berg and Pacheco, but both stay in the yard. No runs, no hits, a walk, and a runner left on base. After 5.5, we remain tied at 1.
Hey fans, this is infielder Mark Krause, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Oh, I love it! The color of my new Nicolette patio is so vibrant. It's unlike anything I've ever seen.
You're welcome. I'm just gonna go finish that Nicolak walkway now.
Make your pavers vivid Nicolak pavers. The best looking, most vibrant pavers with the most 3-color blends in the industry. Featuring Nicolak's exclusive paver shield and color blending technology. With color throughout and guaranteed not to fade. Live life in color with Nicolak. Visit Nicolak.com.
Have your birthday at the ballpark this season and celebrate with the flock. Kona Ice birthday party packages with the Long Island Ducks are now available. Each package includes 10 box seats, a commemorative birthday t-shirt and autographed baseball, a pizza and Kona Ice party in the Hebrew National Picnic area, and so much more. Best of all, the birthday child will stand on the dugout while the entire crowd sings happy birthday. Reserve your party today by calling the group sales department at 631-940-3825. Kona Ice birthday parties with the Long Island Ducks, a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Ducks fans follow all season long as the Long Island Ducks try to meet the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 home runs, Chappie's Funeral Homes will donate $5,000 to the Quacker Jack Foundation. Chappie's Funeral Homes, where caring for others is our family tradition. Long Island Ducks, Sugarland Skeeters remain tied up at 1 apiece. Ducks with 3 hits, Skeeters with 2. Matt Larkins has walked 2. Brent Marshall has walked 2. It has been about as even as you could see of a pitching matchup tonight between Larkins and Marshall. Very good pitcher's duel between the two. And as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning, the Skeeters will send up their 2, 3, and 4 hitters. Kevin Aarons will begin, followed by Travis Scott and Brian Pounds. First pitch from Larkins, and Aarons pops this one up. Foul territory behind the plate. Alex Berg gives it a look. This will go out of play, though. And the count 0-1. There is not much foul ground here behind the plate at Constellation Field. I would say from home plate back to the backstop, probably no more than about 40 to 50 feet. Very close to the field of play here in Sugarland. Now the 0-1 delivery from Larkins. And Aarons fouls it off again back behind the plate. So he's behind at 0-2. Aarons has gotten on base each of the first 2 times he's come to the plate. Singled up the middle in the 1st inning and drew a walk in the 3rd. And scored the only run of the game for Sugarland in that 3rd inning when Travis Scott followed with an RBI double to right center. 0-2 delivery. Kicking the pitch on the way is a fastball that just missed the outside corner. Larkins trying to paint the corner for strike 3, didn't get the call, so it went 2. Larkins has struck out 2 on the night. Shakes off Berg, now has the pitch he likes. Here's the 1-2 delivery, and Aarons a swing and a miss, strike 3, got him to chase down in the dirt. The tag applied by Alex Berg. So there's strikeout number 3 for Larkins. That's the first time in the 6th inning. Mentioned that both the Ducks and the Skeeters are homerless thus far in this series. Ducks are currently now 2 points ahead of the Skeeters in terms of batting average as a team. Ducks at 255, Skeeters at 253 coming in. Bottom 2 teams in the league in that category. Sugarland currently is tied for 2nd in the league coming into today with 59 home runs, trailing the Barnstormers by 2. And Lancaster hit quite a bunch today. First pitch on the way to Travis Scott from Matt Larkins, and he'll take a fastball upstairs, 1-0. Ducks, meanwhile, with 45 home runs on the season. That is good for 6th of the 8 teams in the Atlantic League. Scott has popped to left, and as we mentioned, the RBI double to right center his last time up. 1-0. A fouls it back to the screen behind the plate to even the count up at 1-1. Scott, a long-time member of this Sugarland Skeeters team. It's been a fixture of this lineup throughout the course of his career. This is his 5th season in the Atlantic League, 4 here with Sugarland, 1 with York. Won a championship a year ago with this team. The 1-1 is fouled straight back to the screen again. This time a little bit lower down on the screen. And now it's a ball and 2 strikes on the Skeeter first baseman. Larkins at this point has thrown a total of 67 pitches, 45 for strikes. He's been very economical in this game. Sugarland still with a righty warming up in their bullpen down the right field line. And the 1-2 from Larkins to Scott is swung on and missed, strike 3. Good changeup from Matt Larkins. Took a little something off of it. Scott was out in front. Larkins has now struck out 3 in a row. He's got 4 strikeouts for the game. Since the RBI double for Scott, Larkins has retired 9 in a row. And with 2 outs and the bases empty, that'll bring up the third baseman, Brian Pounds. So here is Pounds from the right side. First pitch on the way from Matt Larkins. And the breaking ball is on the outside corner for strike 1. The top 3 in the order have combined for the 2 Skeeter hits and the 2 Skeeter walks. The 4 through 9 hitters in this game, a combined 0 for 12 thus far. The 0-1 breaking ball misses upstairs. That'll leave the count at 1-1. Pounds reached on a 5 unassisted fielder's choice in the first inning and then went down swinging back in the third. And last night had a couple of RBIs on that triple, also scored a run in the ballgame. Finished 1 for 3 at the plate. 1-1 from Larkins. Breaking ball is on the outside corner, another called strike. And Pounds falls behind at 1-2. Larkins looking to complete a 3rd consecutive 1-2-3 inning. He already has 3 1-2-3 innings in this ball game. From the line, here's the 1-2 delivery to Brian Pounds on the way. It's swung on and missed, strike 3. Matt Larkins blows the fastball by Brian Pounds. He strikes out the side in the 6th. And now has 5 strikeouts for the game and has retired 10 straight Skeeter batters since the RBI double by Travis Scott. So in the 6th inning, the Skeeters go in order. Let's take this one to the 7th. Still tied, 1-1.
Hey fans, this is pitcher Dennis O'Grady, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
M&V Limousines is the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks. Family owned and operated, they've been in the business for over 24 years. M&V Limousines offers coach buses with Wi-Fi and restrooms, party buses, exotic limousines, and also recently acquired Hampton Luxury Liner with regular service from New York City to the Hamptons. They also offer a variety of vineyard tour options. Whether you're looking for transportation for weddings, proms, corporate outings, or long-distance trips, they've got the right vehicle for you. Visit their showroom in Comac or check them out online at mvlimo.com. M&V Limousines and Hampton Luxury Liner, the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks.
Family fun every time.
Beautiful evening for baseball.
Big action every time.
He reaches up, it's gone!
Great value every time.
And the Ducks have won it 7-1.
The Ducks schedule is loaded with new promotions this season, and with an average ticket price of just $10 and free parking, there is no better value on Long Island. For game times and tickets, visit liducks.com. Long Island Ducks Baseball. Good times every time.
Ducks fans, don't forget to stop by the Waddle Inn Shop on your next visit to Bethpage Ballpark, where exclusive, hard-to-find Ducks memorabilia is now on sale. Proceeds benefit the Quacker Jack Foundation, the charitable arm of the Long Island Ducks. What a pitcher's duel we've had here tonight. Ducks and the Skeeters remain tied at 1 as we go to the 7th. It'll be the bottom of the order for the Ducks against a new pitcher for the Skeeters. Andrew Johnston, the right-hander, has come on to replace Brent Marshall. So Marshall with a strong performance tonight, but he will take the no decision as Johnston comes in. Second action of the second game of action in this series. And Gotai, the switch-hitting third baseman, will lead things off against him. First pitch from Johnston on the way. Gotai takes a fastball for a strike. About knee-high, 0-1. Johnston on the year, 0-1 record of 5.18 ERA through 28 games out of the bullpen. He did throw a scoreless inning here the other night on Friday, allowing just a walk in the 8th inning. And here Gotai smacks one and foul to the screen on the third base side of home plate. An absolute bullet off the bat of Gotai on a late swing. Unfortunately, ended up hitting the screen. So the count remains 0-2. Gotai drew a walk his last time up, leading off the 5th inning, grounded out to short in the 2nd. Johnston's 0-2, and Gotai takes inside on a slider. Count will go to 1-2. Brent Marshall goes 6 innings tonight for the Skeeters. Ends up allowing 3 hits and 1 run earned. That was on the RBI ground out way back in the 1st inning. 1-2. Gotai, a ground ball weakly hit back to the mound, juggled by Johnston, but he stays with it, throws on a first for the out. Gotai retired on the 1-3 putout, and there's the first out of this 7th inning. Johnston walked a total of 2 batters in the game, struck out 4. Hit a batter as well. That was Alfonso back in the 5th. Speaking of Alfonso, he's coming to the plate. So Marshall will take a no decision, a much better outing for him tonight than against the Bees earlier this week. Here is Alfonso, who's 0-for-1. He's hit by a pitch his last time up. First pitch from Johnston is cut on and missed by Alfonso, and it's 0-1. Johnston at 24 in the 3rd innings this year has given up 27 hits, 15 runs, 14 of them earned. He has walked 6 and struck out 17. The 0-1, Alfonso, a weak ground ball at the first base line, is going to go foul. So Alfonso behind now with 0-2, coming in tonight, a 7-game hitting streak. Still looking for his first hit, was robbed of a base hit by the shortstop Aarons back in the 3rd inning on a tremendous diving stop. So the count 0-2 now as Johnston gets the sign and comes set. Here's the 0-2 delivery. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Alfonso chasing down in the zone. Catcher Cordero throws on to Scott at first base for the putout, 2-3. So Johnston with the strikeout, 2-3 on the putout, 2 away quickly for the Ducks here in the top of the 7th inning. Johnston stands in at 6'5", 210 pounds out of St. Louis. Back on April the 20th, he turned 33 years old. A veteran of the Skeeters team, won the championship a year ago with Sugar Land. Had a terrific year last year, was an all-star. So with 2 down, here is Dan Lyons, the shortstop and 9-hitter, who is 0-for-1 tonight. First pitch on the way, and takes a breaking ball strike over the outside corner. Popped out to center his first time up in the 3rd, and then laid down the sac bunt with 2 on and nobody out in the 5th. Ducks, though, were unable to bring the runs home when Lantini struck out and Cleary Jr. grounded out. 0-1. Lyons a shot to short, but right at Aarons, who makes the catch for the final out of a 1-2-3 inning. Ducks retired in order for the first time since the 2nd inning. Long Island goes down 1-2-3. Time to stretch here at Constellation Field. Ducks and the Skeeters remain tied at 1.
Hey fans, this is Jim Fuller, left-handed pitcher, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Long Island's Ford Giant is celebrating its 60th year anniversary. Stop by Sayville Ford to check out their state-of-the-art showroom featuring enclosed service drives, luxurious customer lounge, and a larger selection to choose from. Get giant savings on hundreds of new and used vehicles in stock. Sayville Ford's 60th anniversary celebration is going on now. Visit SayvilleFord.com or download the Sayville Ford app today to learn more about Sayville Ford's 60th anniversary savings. Call 631-589-4800 today.
Baseball fans, the Long Island Ducks mobile app has officially arrived. Powered by Clear Vision Apps, it's your one-stop shop for all things Ducks baseball. Buy tickets straight from your mobile device. Receive game status updates with push notifications. Check out up-to-the-minute news and scores and interact with the Ducks on social media. Best of all, it's free. Download the Ducks mobile app today by visiting the App Store on your Apple-powered device or Google Play on your Android-powered device. The Long Island Ducks mobile app, with you wherever you flock to. Well, we are back here in Sugar Land, Texas, as we go to the bottom of the 7th. Apologize for the little bit of dead air we just had there. I got locked out of my broadcast booth here in Sugar Land. Apparently, they didn't want me to go back on the air here in Texas. So we go to the bottom of the 7th. Matt Larkins is back on the mound for the Ducks. He has been terrific thus far tonight. 6 scoreless innings to this, or 6 innings of 1-run ball, to this point. Gave up the 2-out RBI double to Travis Scott in the 3rd. He has retired 10 in a row, though. Has struck out his last 4 batters faced, including all 3 in the 6th inning. He's given up just 2 hits and 2 walks to this point while striking out 5. Skeeters will send Anthony Ginsanti to the plate to begin. It'll be Ginsanti, Guzman, and Oliveira coming up to bat. Larkins looks in for the sign and gets the pitch he likes. First offering on the way from the righty. Swinging a ground ball up the 3rd baseline. It'll kick foul. Gary Gaetti, the manager of the Skeeters, will grab it and throw it over to a fan in the front row. So the count 0-1 on Ginsanti, who is 0 for 2 in this game, grounded into a force out to end the 1st inning. Tried to bunt his way on leading off the 4th, but was retired. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Larkins kicks and comes home. Ginsanti is half swinging a breaking ball. They appeal the first. Ken Langford says no swing. So that will even up the count, add 1 ball and 1 strike. Ginsanti came into the game hitting .307 last night for the Skeeters. He was 1 for 4 at the plate with a double, his 8th of the year. 1-1. High drive in the air to left field here. Back goes Lou Ford. He looks like this will stay in the yard, and he'll make the catch for out number 1. Boy, those hitters here in Sugar Land tonight, if you want to hit it out, usually you want to hit it to left field because that is the shortest part of the ballpark. But the wind has been blowing in from left field towards the first base line all night. Not really inviting for the hitters. We've seen a couple of deep drives in this game, including ones from Berg and Pacheco, that have gotten knocked down out in deep left field. So 1 away, and now the designated hitter Joel Guzman will step to the plate from the right side. Larkins shakes off Berg, now has the pitch he likes. First offering to Guzman. That's swung on and missed. Late on the fastball from Larkins. And the count goes to 0-1. Guzman 0 for 2 in this game. A fly out to left and a ground out to short. Guzman now 0 for 9 in this series. Did have the sac fly yesterday. A swing and a miss again as he cuts through the pitch from Larkins. Foul tipped it into the glove of Berg, 0-2. A tough season for Guzman. Comes into the game hitting .195 between York and Sugar Land after posting outstanding numbers last year. He's in consideration for Atlantic League Player of the Year. Having a tough go of it this season. And now the 0-2 from Larkins is swung on and fouled back to the backstop. Berg slapping his hand in his glove as he thought he should have been able to hold on to it, but couldn't get strike 3. Guzman fights one off. We'll do it again at 0-2. Larkins with 78 pitches to this point, 54 for strikes. He has been very efficient in this game and limiting the Skeeters lineup, but has been the case pretty much throughout the season. He's not getting much run support tonight. That's why the game's still tied at 1. 0-2 on the way from the right-hander, and Guzman takes a breaking ball downstairs. And the count goes to 1-2. There's no real way to explain it. It's not like the players don't like Larkins and don't want to play for him, don't want to hit for him or anything like that. He's well-liked in the clubhouse, well-liked by his manager. Just has to be some dumb luck that he hasn't gotten a ton of runs when he's been pitching. Another 1-2 delivery. And a pop-up foul back behind the plate. Goes out of play. It's also not like the Ducks have always been facing the ace of the opponent's staff when Larkins has been pitching. Brent Marshall certainly not the ace of the Skeeters here tonight. That would probably go to Jake Hale, their starter on Friday night, even though he has struggled a bit this year. Has good numbers overall, but struggled here on Friday. 1-2 delivery again, and Guzman swings and misses for strike 3. Larkins pulled the string, got him with the breaking ball. Strikeout number 6 for Larkins, equaling what he did his last time out. He's now struck out at least 6 in 3 straight starts. So 2 away, the base is empty. And now Hector Oliveira will step up to the plate for the Skeeters. 12 straight now set down by Larkins since the RBI double in the 3rd. So we're going to make it 4 straight 1-2-3 innings if he can get Oliveira out. First pitch on the way from Larkins, and Oliveira takes outside for ball 1. Oliveira has grounded out to second and popped out to right in his 2 at-bats this evening. Last night had a couple of hits, the only Skeeter with multiple hits in the game. The 1-0, swing and a miss. Another good curve from Larkins. Way out in front of it was Oliveira, evens the count at 1-1. Oliveira picked up double number 3 on the year last night, but did not drive in or score a run. Skeeters have managed just 5 runs through the first 3 games of this series. And the 1-1, ground ball back up the middle and off the glove of a diving Alfonso. That is going to allow Oliveira to reach. I didn't even think Alfonso was going to have a chance at that. Made a good diving effort, but could not corral it. So there is the first Skeeter hit since the 3rd inning. Ends the streak of 12 straight retired by Larkins. And Oliveira's gotten Sugarland's 3rd hit of the night. First hit by any of the bottom 6 in the order. The first batter to reach of any of the 6 in the bottom of the order. You don't count Pounds reaching on the fielder's choice since he lost the at-bat. So Oliveira is on with 2 outs in the inning, and that'll bring up the lefty swinging Albert Cordero. He's a switch hitter who bats from the left side against Larkins. First pitch from the right-hander on the way. Swing and a miss. Good fastball. And Oliveira, or check that, Cordero swung through it. And the count 0-1. Cordero tonight 0 for 2 with a fly out and a ground out. He popped to center in the 2nd and bounced to second in the 5th. Right-hander looks in for the sign at home plate from Alexberg. Has the pitch he likes. Here is the 0-1. Cordero fouls it straight back to the screen behind home plate. Ball caroms back down to the field, and it's 0-2. Each team with 1 run, each team with 3 hits. Skeeters have drawn 2 walks. The Ducks have drawn 2 walks. About as evenly played of a game as you can see. Difference is the Skeeters have left 3 on base. The Ducks have left 5. It'll be an 0-2 from Larkins to Cordero, trying to complete a scoreless 7th inning. Right-hander comes set. And the 0-2 pitch. Cordero, ground ball to the right side and through. There's a base hit. Oliveira goes to second. Ball was booted by Lantini. And now Oliveira will take 3rd. Lantini went to go field that baseball. I don't know if he was thinking Oliveira was going to take 3rd, but could not come up with the ball cleanly. So Cordero will have the base hit. Oliveira goes to 2nd and then moves to 3rd on the error by Lantini. It'll be his 1st of the season. And the Skeeters with a bit of a 2-out rally here, as Oliveira and Cordero have picked up back-to-back singles, and Billy Horn's going to come out of the dugout to try and settle down his right-hander. You've got Derek Miller coming to the plate now, and Miller tonight 0 for 2. Larkins, we have seen at times this year get into a little bit of trouble with 2 outs in an inning. That happened in the 3rd. He walked Kevin Aarons with 2 outs on a pitch he thought was strike 3, and then allowed the RBI double to Travis Scott. Here in the 7th, after getting the first 2 outs with ease, an infield single by Oliveira, a base hit to right by Cordero. And so runners at the corners with 2 men out, and that is going to bring up Derek Miller. That's the difficulty for Larkins, as he's had no wiggle room for error in this game, with the Ducks offense struggling to plate runs. Just 1 run in the game way back in the 1st inning. So here is Larkins back to the mound. Here is Derek Miller to the plate. Miller looking to give the Skeeters their 1st lead of this ball game and of the series. First pitch from Larkins is on the way, and Miller will swing and foul it off to the first base side. Count goes to 0-1. Ducks took the early lead here on Friday night when they scored 2 runs in the second, ended up getting up 5-0 and winning 5-1. Last night the Ducks scored 3 in the third, took a 4-0 lead in the seventh, and held on to win 6-3. Sugarland trying to get their first lead of this series as they've got Oliveira at third and Cordero at first with 2 away. Here's the 0-1 from Larkins. Kicks and comes home. Miller takes down and away. Great job by Alex Berg to keep that at home plate. Larkins missed way down and outside, and Berg was able to grab it with the glove on the backhand. If that gets by, Oliveira scores. Sugarland's got the lead. Miller this year is hitting a total of 143 with runners in scoring position and 2 outs. The 1-1 from Larkins is down and away. Miller was able to hold up. They appeal to first but say no swing. And now the count goes to 2 balls and a strike. Ducks have gotten a couple pitchers up in the bullpen, or at least one just to start getting a bit loose. Sugarland has had a righty warming up all inning. 2-ball, 1-strike pitch from Larkins coming up. Kicks and comes home, and Miller will take high on a fastball. It's 3-1. Another out of the zone would load up the bases for Josh Prince. A good hitter's count here for the 9-hitter Derek Miller. Larkins trying to find his way to the final out of this 7th inning. Runners lead from the corners with 2 outs. Here's the 3-1, and Miller is swinging a foul ball down the right field line. That'll run the count full 3-2. So obviously a big moment in this game here. 1-1 bottom of the 7th inning in the 3rd game of this 7-game series. Runners at first and third with 2 outs. And a 3-ball, 2-strike pitch coming up to Derek Miller. The runner at first, Cordero, will take off on the pitch from Larkins. Right-hander gets the sign for Berg and comes set. Here is the 3-2 delivery, and Miller will swing and hit a ground ball to short. Dan Lyons is there. He throws on a first in time for the out. And a great job by Matt Larkins to get the final out of the inning and strand the go-ahead runs on base. So in the 7th inning for Sugarland, no runs, 2 hits, both with 2 outs, 1 error by the Ducks, 2 left on base for the Skeeters. We head to the 8th, all tied up at 1 apiece.
Hey fans, this is pitcher Patrick Kreider, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
PSEG Long Island is making things work for you with over 10 energy efficiency programs that can help you save on your monthly electric bill. From our free online energy analyzer and in-home energy assessments to rebates on energy-efficient air conditioning, even discounts on LED light bulbs. Helping you save on electricity is our job. What to do with your savings?
Flight 85 now boarding for the magic of Orlando.
Is entirely up to you. Visit pseglyny.com/save money. Just one more way PSEG Long Island is making things work for you.
Take your group out to the ball game this season and enjoy all the fun of Ducks baseball at discounted prices with the picnic area, luxury suites, the Smokin' Owls party deck, and so much more. Bringing your group to the game will be an unforgettable experience. The Ducks even offer opportunities to sing the national anthem, serve as the Ridgewood Savings Bank color guard, be the Nicolak Dream Team, put on a pregame performance, or shag fly balls during Ducks batting practice. To book your outing today, call 631-940-3825 and ask for the group sales department. Long Island Ducks Baseball. Good times every time.
Ducks fans, do you want frequent updates on team transactions, scores, store specials, and the status of upcoming games? Well, then follow the Long Island Ducks on Twitter at twitter.com/LIDucks. With Twitter, the faithful flock will be able to follow their Ducks and find out more information regarding nightly promotions, player signings, league activities, and so much more. The Ducks are tweeting right now, and you can follow along at twitter.com/LIDucks. So Matt Larkins gets into a little bit of trouble in the bottom of the 7th inning, allowing back-to-back singles to Hector Oliveira, as well as Albert Cordero. The Skeeters, after the single by Cordero and the error by Lantini, have runners at the corners with 2 outs. The 9-hitter Miller gets ahead in the count 3-1, but ultimately Larkins got strike 2 and ended up getting him to ground out to short for the final out of the inning, and now Larkins with 7 innings of 1-run ball tonight. And we'll see if he comes back out for the 8th. There's currently nobody warming in the Ducks bullpen. First, the Ducks will have a chance to try and take the lead back. And it will be Mark Haynes, a right-hander who has come out of the bullpen in relief of Andrew Johnston, who threw a 1-2-3 inning in the 7th, striking out Alfonso and getting a ground out and a line out. So we go to the 8th inning and what has been an outstanding pitcher's duel tonight. And it will be Phelan Lantini leading things off for Long Island. First pitch on the way from Haynes, and Lantini squares the bunt, pulls back, and takes a strike over the outside corner, 0-1. Haynes on the season has been good for the Skeeters, 1-1 record, a 3.13 ERA through 24 games. He's got a pair of saves as well. Haynes gets the sign out of the windup, the 0-1. Lantini hits a breaking ball on the ground on the third base side, grabbed there by Brian Pounds. Throw on a first in time for the out to retire Lantini. And 1 away here in the 8th inning. Lantini had hits in both of his first 2 at-bats, since then has now struck out and grounded out to third.
Delta Cleary Jr.
So 1 away, and that'll bring Delta Cleary Jr. to the plate. Ducks have managed just 3 hits tonight after collecting 12 in each of the first 2 games of this series. Good performance by Brent Marshall, the starter, and the bullpen has now retired 4 in a row. First pitch on the way to Cleary Jr. Takes a fastball strike over the outside corner, 0-1. Haynes in 23 innings has given up 21 hits, 12 runs, 8 of them earned. He has walked 16 and struck out 25. Opponent's hitting .244 against him this year. 0-1. Cleary Jr. a foul straight back to the screen behind the plate. And the count quickly 0-2. Cleary Jr.'s grounded out all 3 times he's come to the plate. Came up with a runner at third, nobody out in the first, grounded to short. Came up with a runner at first, 2 outs in the third, grounded to second. And came up with runners at second and third, 2 out in the 5th, and grounded back to the mound. 0-2. The fastball misses high and outside, 1-2. Ducks have not picked up a hit since the 4th inning when Berg singled up the middle. They've had 3 base runners since on 2 walks and a hit by pitch. Haynes gets the sign from Cordero. And now the 1-2 delivery on the way. Cleary Jr. will swing and a miss, strike 3. Cuts through the slider over the inside corner. First strikeout for Haynes, the 6th for Skeeters pitching. And they were quickly 2 down for the Ducks here in the top half of the 8th inning. Looks like left-hander Patrick Kreider has begun to get loose for the Ducks. He was starting to warm up last half inning in the bottom of the 7th in case Larkins got into further trouble. So we'll see if Kreider comes on for the 8th or whether they will stick with Larkins to begin. Again, it's 2 righties to begin and then the lefty Travis Scott. First pitch on the way, and Ford takes a fastball strike over the outside corner. Ford today 0 for 3 at the plate, has driven in the only run of the game though for Long Island. His ground out to short in the first. Since then has popped out, foul down the right field line, and flown out to center. 0-1. Ford takes a breaking ball that misses down and away. Now we'll even up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Infield for the most part straight away. The first baseman Scott, though, is playing close to the line, as is the third baseman. A no doubles defense here for Sugarland. 1-1. Ford swings, fouls it over the screen, back behind home plate. Late on that one, and it's 1-2. 7 straight Ducks batters has been retired since the walk by Sanko in the 6th inning. Haynes looking to make it a 1-2-3 inning in the top of the 8th. And now 1 ball, 2 strike pitch coming from him. Pitch on the way. Ford takes the fastball outside. Just missed the corner, and it's 2-2. After tonight, games go back to 7:05 local time, Monday through Thursday, all here in Texas at 7:05 p.m. before the Ducks head back home on Friday to face the Blue Crabs. have another 2-2 pitch here to Lou Ford. Haynes is ready to go. Winds and fires to the plate, and Ford will swing and miss at a high fastball for strike 3. So Lou Ford goes down swinging, 2 strikeouts in the 8th inning for Mark Haynes. Ducks go down in order. We go to the bottom half of inning number 8, still tied up at 1.
Hey fans, this is pitcher Zach Treese, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Hey Ducks fans, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks is the Radisson Hotel Hauppauge, Long Island. It's centrally located on the north shore of Long Island and offers a home away from home for both business and leisure guests. The Radisson Hotel Hauppauge, Long Island features an indoor pool, 24-hour business center, a fitness center, and complimentary Wi-Fi in all guest rooms. Enjoy the contemporary American cuisine at the Fountain Grill restaurant or grab a quick bite to eat at Cafe Pronto. And best of all, it's only minutes away from Bethpage Ballpark. The Radisson Hotel Hauppauge, Long Island, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks. Call 631-231-1100 today. That's 631-231-1100.
Bethpage Ballpark is a great place to watch a ball game, so why not do so from some of the best seats in the house? The Ducks are proud to present the brand new Long Island Ducks Beer Garden. Open for all fans on nights when the Smokin' Owl's party deck has not been reserved. The Beer Garden will feature a variety of frosty draft and bottled brews, as well as several food choices. The area has been decked out with bar rail seating and Ducks branded furniture to provide a comfortable atmosphere for everyone. Be sure to stop by and check out the brand new Long Island Ducks Beer Garden on your next visit to the ballpark. Bottom of the 8th coming up here at Constellation Field. Ducks and the Skeeters remain in a 1-1 tie, and it will be Patrick Kreider who comes out of the bullpen for Long Island to relieve Matt Larkins. A terrific outing tonight for the right-hander, and a shame that he cannot get the win. He pitched well enough to deserve it, but as has been the case throughout the course of the season, the Ducks just not giving him run support. Long Island this year coming into the game averaging 2.3 runs per game in the games that Matt Larkins has pitched. Tonight just 1 run through the first 8 innings that they have come to the plate after combining for 11 runs and 24 hits in the first 2 games of this series. So that trend continues. Larkins will get a no decision tonight, and Kreider will come on to face the top 3 in the order, Prince, Aarons, and Scott, and it will be Kreider to face Scott for the first time in this ballpark since Scott hit the 2-run home run in the Atlantic League Championship Series, Game 2, last fall. That gave the Skeeters a 2-0 win. At the time, it was a 2-0 lead in the 6th inning, but they held on to win by that same score. Up to the plate steps the right-handed hitting Josh Prince. Patrick Kreider up on the mound. The first pitch on the way is taken outside for ball 1. Larkins goes 7 innings tonight. He gives up 4 hits, 1 run on the RBI double with 2 outs by Scott in the 3rd inning. 2 walks issued by Larkins. He struck out 6. At one point struck out 5 of 6 batters he faced from the 5th through the 7th. There's a strike on the inside corner at the knees to Prince from Kreider, and that'll even the count at 1-1. So Larkins will remain at 2-6, but this is now 6 of 7 starts in which Larkins has allowed 3 runs or less. He really has been pitching very well for the Ducks. Unfortunately, the numbers don't show it, but that has certainly been the case. 1-1 popped in the air to right field. Phelan Lentini started in, now drifts a couple steps back, and he'll make the catch to retire Josh Prince for the first out here in the 8th inning. Numbers on Patrick Kreider this season for the Ducks. Tonight is his 27th appearance of the season. That is the most on this Ducks roster for a pitcher. Despite an 0-3 record, he's got a 2.38 earned run average. He has yielded 6 runs all earned in 22 2/3 innings of work, 14 hits, 13 walks, and has struck out 27. Opponents hitting 179 against him this year. First pitch on the way to Kevin Aarons, and that is taken on the outside corner, a fastball strike. The count is 0-1. Aarons tonight 1 for 2. He has singled, walked, and struck out. 0-1 on the way from Kreider, and Ahrens takes outside, goes off the glove of Berg. And that'll even up the count at 1-1. Kreider faced the Skeeters back on May 31st through 2/3 of an inning scoreless, striking out 1. Came on in the 8th inning, got Wilkins to pop to center and Ahrens to strike out in that game. Fouled off here by Ahrens, and the count goes to 1-2. That was the 13-1 loss for Long Island. Kreider then pitched a scoreless inning the next night, June the 1st, and the Ducks 6-0 lost, and he gave up a hit to Joe Benson, but struck out Brian Pounds and got a double play from Albert Cordero. 1-2, and that misses high and outside for ball 2, 2-2. So when he faces Travis Scott, assuming that happens, Scott, the next hitter to come to the plate, it'll be the first time that they are facing since, of course, that infamous moment in Ducks history, the 2-run home run in Game 2 last year of the Atlantic League Championship Series. 2-2, breaking ball, misses down and away, and Ahrens now jumps ahead in the count at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Infield playing straight away. Pacheco is well off the bag, though, at first, and Gotay near the line at third. The middle infielders, though, straight away. 3-2, and Ahrens takes down an in ball 4, so Kreider allows the 1-out walk to Kevin Ahrens. Second time that Ahrens has walked in the game.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please. Now batting for your Skeeters, first baseman number 16, Travis Scott.
So now Travis Scott to the plate for the Sugarland Skeeters. Today he has driven in the only run of the game for Sugarland with the RBI double to right center in the 3rd. 35th RBI of the year. Prior to that, a fly out to left. Since then, a strikeout swinging in the 6th. Lefty to lefty, Kreider against Scott. Kreider gets the sign and comes set. And his first pitch on the way to Scott is a breaking ball that just missed the outside corner for ball 1. Scott looked like he was ready to hack their first pitch, just like he did last September in the championship series when he hit the home run, but takes the ball outside, and it's 1-0. Kreider looks in for the sign from Berg. The defense shifted around to the right side here. Here comes a 1-0. Pitch from Kreider. Scott grounds this one up the third baseline, foul. That will even things up at 1 ball and 1 strike. One ball game here in the bottom of the 8th inning. What a great pitcher's duel this has been between the Ducks and the Skeeters. Just 7 hits combined between the 2 teams. Sugarland continuing to look for their first lead in this series. This is the 3rd game of the series. And a 1-1 on the way. Scott a swing and a miss. Nasty breaking ball there from Kreider, diving down and away. And Scott out in front of it. Now the count 1-2. Lyons, the shortstop, almost playing directly behind second base. Ruben Gotay well off the third base line. Shaded over toward shortstop. Now a 1 ball, 2 strike pitch from Kreider. Ahrens takes his lead at first. Kreider kicks and fires, and Scott swings at the breaking ball, grounds it weakly here to the first base side. Kreider is there, shovels it to Pacheco at first in time for the out. Good play by Kreider to get out number 2 in the inning. Down to second base goes Ahrens. So Kreider able to retire Scott this time on the 1-3 putout. 2 away and a righty swinging Brian Pounds coming to the plate. It looks like Kevin Baez is going to come out of the dugout here. Let's see if he sets up the righty-righty matchup out of the bullpen. Indeed he will. Kevin Baez takes the ball from Kreider. He is going to summon right-hander, looks like Zach Treese from the bullpen to face the righty Brian Pounds. So we'll have a pitching change here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. 1-1 game, Skeeters with a go-ahead run at second base and 2 away.
Hey fans, this is pitching coach Billy Horn, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
PSEG Long Island is making things work for you with over 10 energy efficiency programs that can help you save on your monthly electric bill. From our free online energy analyzer and in-home energy assessments to rebates on energy efficient air conditioning, even discounts on LED light bulbs. Helping you save on electricity is our job. What to do with your savings?
Flight 85 now boarding for the Magic of Orlando.
Is entirely up to you. Visit pseglyny.com/save money. Just one more way PSEG Long Island is making things work for you.
Take your group out to the ball game this season and enjoy all the fun of Ducks baseball at discounted prices with the picnic area, luxury suites, the Smokin' Owls party deck, and so much more. Bringing your group to the game will be an unforgettable experience. The Ducks even offer opportunities to sing the national anthem, serve as the Ridgewood Savings Bank color guard, be the Nicolak Dream Team, put on a pregame performance, or shag fly balls during Ducks batting practice. To book your outing today, call 631-940-3825 and ask for the group sales department. Long Island Ducks baseball. Good times every time.
Zach Treese is on here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Kevin Baez wants to set up the righty-righty matchup with Brian Pounds, the third baseman who is set to come up to the plate, cleanup hitter for the Revolution. Here in the 8th inning, Patrick Kreider came in for Matt Larkins, retired Josh Prince on a flyout to right, allowed a one-out walk to Kevin Ahrens, and then Kreider retired Travis Scott on a ground ball to the first base side of the infield. Kreider flipped it to Pacheco. So down to second baseman Ahrens, the Skeeters with the go-ahead run at second and 2 down here in the bottom of the 8th inning. And Zach Treese will come on to face Brian Pounds, trying to send this game to the 9th, tied up at 1. Kevin Ahrens has decent speed at second. He's 3 for 3 in stolen base attempts this year. Won't be attempting third, I can't imagine he would, at least in this 8th inning. Never want to make the last out of an inning at third base. So here is Treese to face Pounds. The first pitch from Treese. Pounds takes the slider that misses outside. And the count goes to 1-0. Pounds tonight has struck out twice and grounded into a fielder's choice. Went down swinging his last 2 times at the plate against Larkins, once in the 3rd, once in the 6th. Ahrens takes his lead at second. Here's the 1-0. And Pounds a swing and a miss. Cut through the slider again from Treese. And it's his go-to pitch, that frisbee slider that cuts over the outside corner. Has great movement on that pitch, 1-1. Treese making his 27th appearance of the year. He's got a 4-1 record this season. So now tied once again with Kreider for the most appearances on the Ducks. 1-1. Swing and a miss. Another slider that Pounds chases down and away. Treese gets ahead in the count at 1-2 and a strike 3 away from sending this game to the 9th. Treese looks in for the sign at home plate, twirling the ball behind his back, gets the pitch he likes. Here's the 1-2 to Pounds, and it is swung and popped foul. First base side, this will go out of play. Again, looked like the off-speed from Treese. And the count stays at 1-2. Treese last pitched for Long Island during the series against Somerset. He pitched on Thursday night through an inning of relief. And the Ducks lost to the Patriots. Looks in for the sign from Berg, has what he likes. Another 1-ball, 2-strike pitch to Brian Pounds on the way. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Got him on the slider again, down and away. All sliders basically from Treese, and Brian Pounds with a hat trick, 3 strikeouts tonight. So scoreless inning again for the Ducks in the bottom of the 8th. No runs, no hits, a walk, and a runner left on base. To the 9th inning we go at Constellation Field, all tied up at 1.
Hey fan, this is a pitcher Amali Diaz, and you're listening to the Ducks baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Going way back is Joe Holden, and he is looking up, and that one is headed to field 5 at Robert Moses. The waves are gnarly, and the Ducks have tied it at 1.
That was another home run for the Ducks. And Duck fans, what's more fun than a home run that helps the Ducks win a game? How about a homer that helps the community win? Chappie's Funeral Home and the Long Island Ducks have once again teamed up for the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 homers this season, Chappie's Funeral Home will donate $5,000 to the Quackerjack Foundation. So every time a Ducks hitter goes deep this season, watch for the Chappie's Challenge home run count on the scoreboard. And if we reach 100, we're all a winner. Chappie's Funeral Home, where caring for others is a family tradition.
Can't get enough of the Long Island Ducks? Well, now you can get even more inside info on your favorite hometown team through Facebook and Twitter. The Ducks are constantly updating fans through social media with scores, transactions, ballpark promotions, and much more. You can even win great prizes. All you'll need to do is make a free account on Facebook and Twitter, and then visit us at facebook.com/LIDucks and twitter.com/LIDucks. Think you're Long Island's biggest Ducks fan? Get connected now.
1 run, 3 hits, 1 error for the Ducks, 1 run, 4 hits, no errors for the Skeeters. All tied up as we head to the top half of the 9th inning. Sugar Land has made another call to their bullpen. Looks like Evan Reed, the right-hander, has come on to take the place of Mark Haynes, who pitched a 1-2-3 inning in the 8th. He and Andrew Johnston have retired all 6 batters that the Skeeters bullpen has faced. And Reed will come on to try and pitch a scoreless 9th inning and keep this game tied at 1. Reed pitched here 2 nights ago, pitched in the 9th inning of the Ducks' 5-1 win through a scoreless inning, allowing just a hit. But the guy who got the hit is the man who will lead off in this inning, Angelo Sanko. Picked up a single to right in that inning. It'll be the middle of the order for the Ducks, Sanko, Berg, and Pacheco. The Ducks will look to try and take the lead in the 9th. They had the lead in the 1st on the RBI ground out by Lou Ford. Kept it until the bottom of the 3rd. And Matt Larkins allowed a 2-out walk to Kevin Aarons and an RBI double to Travis Scott. It has stayed that way since the 3rd inning. Sugar Land has managed 2 singles and a walk. Meanwhile, for the Ducks, since the 3rd inning, they have managed 1 single, 2 walks, and a hit by pitch. But neither side has been able to push across the go-ahead run. First pitch to Angelo Sanko, misses high and outside. And the count goes to 1-0. Sanko in this game 0 for 2 with a walk. He drew the walk his last time up in the 6th. Last night had a walk as well in his 5 plate appearances. 1-0. Swings and fouls this one off the glove of Cordero. And that will even things at 1-1. Aside from the walk, Sanko has lined out to the mound and popped to second. Wind continues to blow in from right center towards home plate. Actually, more towards the first base line. Here's the 1-1. Sanko takes the fastball up and away and jumps in front of the count. For Reed, this is his 25th appearance of the year. Sports a 1-0 record and a 3.97 ERA. 1 save on the season for the right-hander. Defense with a slight shift to the right side. And the 2-1. Sanko a swing and a miss. He cuts through the fastball over the inside corner. Big hack for Sanko. The count now 2-2. Reed stands in at 6'4", 255 pounds out of Goodyear, Arizona. He's 31 years old. Spent last year with Lincoln Salt Dogs. 2-2 on the way. Sanko is swinging a miss, strike 3, late on the fastball from the right-hander. So Sanko goes down swinging. Last 3 Ducks batters have all struck out. And that is now 8 strikeouts, for the Ducks offense. Haynes goes 1 inning in relief, no hits, no runs, no walks, and 2 strikeouts on the night. So 1 away, and now the catcher Alex Berg, batting in the 5 spot, will come up to home plate. Berg will bat from the right side. First pitch on the way to Berg, and he swings and fouls it straight back to the screen, 0-1. Berg hit the ball well his last time up in the 6th, the deep drive to left center, but it was caught by Hector Oliveira. Singled back in the 4th up the middle, and struck out swinging in the 2nd. Reed gets the sign and comes set. Here is the 0-1. Kicking the pitch on the way. Berg is swinging a foul ball on the first base side, well out of play. Reed throwing strikes here, now ahead of Berg, 0-2. Again, the Ducks have yet to pick up a hit since the 4th inning of this game when Berg singled up the middle. Sugar Land's pitching staff doing a much better job tonight than they have done in the previous 2 games of this series as they try and end a 5-game losing skid tonight. 0-2 on the way to Berg. Kicking the pitch, and Berg takes inside. Had to wait a bit, make sure that strike 3 call wasn't made. So the count now 1-2 on Berg. Jordan Pacheco waiting in the on-deck circle. He is 0 for 3. Here comes a 1-2 from Reed. He delivers, and Berg swings and lines one into right center field. That's going to be a base hit. It heads into the gap. Over to cut it off is Giansanti. It gets by him and kicks around. Berg goes to second, but he's going to have to stop there as the ball comes back in, and he's got himself a one-out double. So the Ducks get the go-ahead run in a scoring position here in the 9th inning as Alex Berg picks up his 10th double of the season. Second hit of the night for the Ducks catcher. And now Long Island potentially a base hit away from taking the lead. Jordan Pacheco, the first baseman and 6th hitter, coming to the plate. Ruben Gotay waiting in the on-deck circle after him. So Pacheco will dig in at home plate. Berg will take his lead off of second base. Reed comes set. And the first pitch on the way to Pacheco. Here it comes. Pacheco, a line drive into right center field. There's a base hit. Alex Berg on his way to third. Kevin Baez sending him home. Here's the throw to the plate. It's not in time. Pacheco going for second. He slides in safely. It's an RBI single for Jordan Pacheco, and the Ducks take a 2-1 lead here in the top half of the 9th inning. So Jordan Pacheco follows up the Alex Berg double with a first pitch single into the right center field gap. His first hit of the night, RBI number 6 on the season. And then Pacheco with a heads-up play to take second on the throw, sliding in just ahead of the tag from Cordero. So Alex Berg with his 23rd run of the year. The Ducks have the lead back in the top half of the 9th inning. And Long Island will get the bullpen working out in right center field. The question is going to be who's going to come on to try and close it out. Amalio Diaz likely unavailable tonight as he has closed out the past 2 nights. And unlikely that you'll see Kevin Baez pitch him a 3rd day in a row. So Pacheco will take his lead at second base with 1 out. First pitch coming to Ruben Gotay. Reed a long look back to second base. Now time is called. Pacheco has stolen 1 base this year. I'm not sure if Kevin Baez will have him try for third here. You can understand why he might try to. That way he could potentially score on a fly ball from Gotay. First pitch here to Gotay. He takes a fastball downstairs from Reed, and the count goes to 1-0. Gotay in the game 0 for 2 with a pair of groundouts. Also drew a walk back in the 5th inning. Mentioned that last night Gotay had, or 2 nights ago, excuse me, he had a pair of hits for the Ducks. He was 2 for 3 in the game. 1-0. Gotay takes another fastball off the plate, this time outside. And the count goes to 2 balls and no strikes. Looking ahead to the bottom half of the 9th inning, it will be the 5, 6, and 7 hitters for the Skeeters. All righties due up. Giansanti, Guzman, and Oliveira. Kicking a turn back to second by Reed to check on Pacheco. So Gotay in the driver's seat here ahead in the count at 2 balls and no strikes. Reed gets the sign and comes set. Here's the 2-0 to Gotay. Pitch on the way. He swings it. It's a weak ground ball to first base. Travis Scott is there. He'll flip it to the pitcher covering in time for the out. So Gotay retired on the ground out for the 3rd time in this game. 3-1 on the putout. Advancing over to third base goes Pacheco. Now with 2 down and a runner at third, that will leave it up to Giovanni Alfonso.
Second base number 6, Giovanni Alfonso.
Well, Alfonso has extended his on-base streak tonight to 8 consecutive games after getting hit by a pitch in the 5th inning. However, he is still looking for his first hit of the night to try and extend the hitting streak to 8 straight. What a time it would be to do it, to try and give the Ducks an extra run here in the 9th to go up 3-1. First pitch from Reed to Alfonso is on the way, and Alfonso takes a fastball on the outside corner for strike 1. So the Ducks have taken the lead here with a 1-out double from Alex Berg, and that followed by a first pitch RBI single from Jordan Pacheco. The 0-1 from Reed to Alfonso on the way. And Alfonso swings it to ground ball up the middle. That's into center field, base hit. In a score from third is Jordan Pacheco. Giovanni Alfonso with another hit to extend the hitting streak to 8 consecutive games, and it's now a 2-run lead for the Ducks to the 9th at 3-1. Giovanni Alfonso continuing to come up clutch. He's been doing that all season long for Long Island. Runners in scoring position, 2 outs this year, .429 average coming in. And he picks up another hit and another run batted in, his 21st RBI of the season. Pacheco scores his 7th run, and the Ducks lead is 2. So that is going to bring up the shortstop and 9-hitter Dan Lyons to the plate. He'll bat from the right side. Reed comes set. And his first pitch to Lyons is a breaking ball at the knees for a called strike, 0-1. Lyons in the game is 0 for 2. He has popped out to center and line is short, also laid down a sacrifice bunt in the 5th inning. Ducks now with 6 hits in the ball game to 4 for Sugar Land. Throw over to first, and Alfonso dives back safely. Ahead of the tag from Travis Scott. So Alfonso has now hit safely in 8 straight games, tying his longest hitting streak of the season and the team high. And continues to seemingly get a hit on a nightly basis. Here is the 0-1. Throw over to first. Alfonso dives back safely. The throw was down in the dirt. Good block there by Travis Scott. Otherwise, Alfonso might have been able to make it into scoring position. And another hit could have produced another run. Lyons digs back in, looking for the sign is Reed. Now comes set. Here comes the 0-1. Kicking the pitch on the way. Lyons swings, pops it in the air to right field, shallow and towards the line. Long run for Giansanti, still coming on. In a foul ground, he dropped it. Could not come up with a baseball, but fortunately for the Skeeters, it landed foul. And so now 0-2 count on Dan Lyons. Giansanti had to go a long way to get it. He got to the spot, reached out with his glove, and it went off of his glove and fell onto the warning track. Can't imagine they would give an error on that. That is not an easy play for Giansanti, even though he didn't come up with it. And it hit off his glove. Again, still a difficult catch to make. So now Lyons behind at 0-2 as Reed continues to try and retire the final batter of this 9th inning. Ducks with 3 hits and 2 runs in the inning. They have taken a 3-1 lead over the Skeeters. Their first hits since the 4th inning, their first run since the opening inning. 0-2 on the way to Lyons. Reed kicks and comes home, and Lyons swings and fouls it off to the first base side. We'll do it again at 0-2. By the way, today is the 2-year anniversary of something that Lyons did at this ballpark during batting practice. He had a home run down the left field line that hit the A, the first A in the word plaza of the Wells Fargo Picnic Plaza, and literally wedged into the letter A where that horizontal line goes across to connect the 2 other lines. Very impressive stuff. 0-2 again, and Lyons takes a breaking ball down and in. Didn't miss by much. Fans didn't like the non-call there. But the count now 1-2 on the Ducks shortstop. I cannot tell for sure. It is a right-hander warming up in the bullpen for Long Island. I want to say it's Rob Rogers, but I cannot officially say that it is him. That appears to be who it is out in the bullpen. Another 1-2. Reed kicks and comes home. Lyons swings a line drive to right field. There's a base hit for Dan Lyons. Alfonso will stop at second base. Dan Lyons has his first hit of the night, the 4th hit of the inning for the Ducks. And Long Island with runners at first and second with 2 away. And back to the top of the order we go for Phelan Lentini.
Right field number 24, Phelan Lentini.
There's nobody warming up in the bullpen for the Sugar Land Skeeters right now, so this game in the hands of Evan Reed, who is out behind the pitcher's mound near the third base umpire Reggie Liggins. I don't know if he was having a chat with him about something, but Rafael Montalvo, the pitching coach for the Skeeters, is not going to come out of the dugout to have a chat with his right-hander. And again, there is no action in the bullpen out in right field, so this just to try and settle him down. As the Ducks have racked up 4 hits here in the 9th inning. 2 runs have scored on RBI singles from Jordan Pacheco and Giovanni Alfonso. And now Phelan Lentini, who was 2 for 4 on the night, with a chance to extend the lead even further. With 2 guys on the base that have some speed. Lyons a bit more so than Alfonso. But Montalvo has the quick chat in his first season as pitching coach for Sugar Land. He has been a coach on this Sugar Land team for some time now, last few years. But taking over as pitching coach this year after Jeff Scott did not return. So here is Phelan Lentini for his 5th at-bat of the night. Again, a triple to lead off the game, later scored, and then a single to left in the 3rd. Since then has struck out and grounded to 3rd. Runners lead from 1st and 2nd with 2 out. The first pitch, Lentini swings, pops it up. Foul first base side. Travis Scott, a long run over towards the stands, will run out of room as it lands 4 rows behind the Skeeter dugout for strike 1. Once again, it will be 5, 6, and 7 in the order for Sugar Land in the bottom half of the 9th. Giansanti will lead things off, and he will be followed in the order by Guzman and Oliveira, all 3 right-handed hitters. Ducks, though, still trying to add to their lead. They lead by 2, now out hitting the Skeeters 7-4. Here's the 0-1, and Lentini a rip to 3rd, into left field, base hit for Phelan Lentini. Alfonso around 3rd, he's going to try to score. Throw to the plate is way offline. Alfonso is in safely, Lyons to 3rd, Lentini to 2nd. The 5th hit of the inning for the Ducks, and they now lead 4-1. 3 straight 2-out hits for Long Island from Alfonso, Lyons, and now Lentini. 3rd hit of the night for the Ducks right fielder. He picks up RBI number 11. Alfonso scores the run, his 11th of the season. And the lead now 3 for Long Island. And 2 more runners in scoring position here as Lentini took 2nd and Lyons took 3rd on the throw. So here is Delta Cleary Jr. to the plate, the 8th man at bat in the inning for the Ducks, and still no action in the Skeeter bullpen. Reed comes set. First pitch to Cleary Jr. He swings and pops it up. In the air to shallow left, going out the shortstop Aarons. Along the line and left, he'll make the catch. And that is the final out of this 9th inning. But the damage has been done in the inning for Long Island. They send 8 men to the plate. They get 3 runs on 5 hits. No errors for Sugar Land. The Ducks lead 2 on base. To the bottom of the 9th we go. Ducks will try and make it 3 straight wins over the Skeeters as they lead it 4-1.
Hey fans, this is pitcher David Artsma, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Oh, I love it! The color of my new Nicolette patio is so vibrant. It's unlike anything I've ever seen.
You're welcome. I'm just going to go finish that Nicolak walkway now.
Make your pavers vivid Nicolak pavers. The best looking, most vibrant pavers with the most 3-color blends in the industry. Featuring Nicolak's exclusive paver shield and color blending technology. With color throughout and guaranteed not to fade. Live life in color with Nicolak. Visit Nicolak.com.
Hey Ducks fans, stay up to date with Long Island's hometown team by visiting Quack of the Bat, the official blog of the Long Island Ducks. Quack of the Bat will bring Ducks fans beyond the headlines with in-depth feature articles, breaking news stories, game previews, post-game wrap-ups, and so much more. Interact with the team during the entire season through quotes directly from the players and coaches, as well as exclusive video clips and photos. Check out the blog today at quackofthebat.wordpress.com. Quack of the Bat, the official blog of the Long Island Ducks. The Long Island Ducks put together a 9th inning rally against Evan Reed. They sent 8 men to the plate, collect 5 hits in the inning, and Jordan Pacheco's RBI single gave the Ducks a 2-1 lead. Giovanni Alfonso with an RBI single in the 9th with 2 outs. Makes it a 3-1 game, and then Phelan Lentini, 2 batters later with an RBI single to left, makes it a 4-1 lead for the Ducks. And Rob Rogers will come out of the bullpen and try and close this one out and give the Ducks their 3rd straight victory to open up this 7-game series. So great work by the Ducks offense, which has been silenced throughout the course of this game by Brent Marshall and the Skeeters bullpen. But Evan Reed falters in the top of the 9th inning. Long Island now with 4 runs on 8 hits and an error. The Skeeters with a run on 4 hits and no errors. And it will be Rob Rogers pitching for the 2nd time in this series as he will face Anthony Giansanti, Joel Guzman, and Hector Oliveira. So So here is Giansanti, the right fielder, to the plate to lead things off. He is 0 for 3 in this game. Guzman the same. Oliveira 1 for 3. Rogers comes set, and the first pitch. Fastball on the inside corner for strike one. Rogers was one of our players of the game here 2 nights ago. He came in relief of Rafael Perez in the 6th, who was struggling and seemed to run out of gas. And at the time, the Ducks had a 5-1 lead, but the bases were loaded as Rogers misses low and outside for ball 1. And Rogers came in, got Brian Pounds to ground into a force out at third to end that inning, followed that up with back-to-back scoreless innings. So 2 1/3 scoreless for Rogers in that game, allowing just 1 hit. Here is the 1-1, and Giansanti takes a fastball down and in from the right-hander to run the count to 2-1. Giansanti is grounded into a force out at second, grounded out on a bunt attempt in the 4th, and popped out to left in the 7th. 2-1 pitch. Swinging a drive in the air to left center field, heading for the gap. Long run over for both outfielders. It's one hopping off the wall. And Santi to second base. He is in there safely with a leadoff double. So a good start for the Skeeters in their attempt to try and come back here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Anthony Giansanti with his 2nd double of the series. And on the season, his 9th double of the year. He is at second with nobody out. So that'll bring Joel Guzman to the plate, who is 0 for 3 to this point in the game and still 0 for the series. He is looking for his first hit in the 3 games thus far in this series. So Rogers will work out of the stretch as Guzman steps up to the plate. Giansanti leads off at second base. And the first pitch is a fastball on the outside corner for strike one. For Rogers, this is his 23rd appearance of the year. He's 1-0 with a 2.83 ERA. 19 hits in 28 2/3 innings given up. 9 runs all earned. Has walked 13 and struck out 12. The 0-1. Guzman a drive in the air to center. Delta Cleary Jr. ranging to his left. And in, he'll make the catch. Ball was a lot more shallow than Cleary Jr. and I thought. Guzman retired for the 4th time tonight. There is the first out. Guzman now 0 for 11 in this series with a sacrifice fly in there as well. So 1 away, runner still at second, and that'll bring up the left fielder, Hector Oliveira. And Sugar Land has just 1 player available on their bench should they want to pinch it at any point. It's their backup catcher, Wilfredo Rodriguez. Lance Sawatsky, the only other position player they had, got hurt in the 9th inning last night and put on the disabled list with a quad injury. First pitch, Oliveira takes a fastball down and away. And the count 1-0. Oliveira picked up an infield single back in the 7th inning, up the middle, knocked down by Alfonso. Ended up making it to third base, but was stranded there when Miller grounded out to short to end the inning against Larkins. 1-0 from Rogers. Oliveira, a chopper on the ground foul, third base side. And that will even up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Opponents this year hitting 190 against Rob Rogers. Came into camp as a spring training invitee, made the roster, and has impressed at this point. Again, Diaz, Amalio Diaz, who is typically the closer for the Ducks now, has pitched back-to-back games here in this series, so unavailable tonight. Now that's why Rogers is on in this situation. From the stretch, here's the 1-1. Kick of the pitch is a breaking ball line foul down the right field line into the seats. And Rogers ahead of Oliveira, 1-2. I'd have to check, but I believe the 2 1/3 innings for Rogers here on Friday night was his longest outing of the season. 1 on, 1 out, 1 ball, 2 strike pitch from Rogers to Oliveira coming up. Rogers steps off as he wants to go through the signs again with Alex Berg. Right in the count here, let's see if he tries to get Oliveira to chase. He struck out to end the game against Amalio Diaz here on Friday night. 1-2 delivery. Rogers fires. Oliveira swinging a pop-up. In the air to shallow right. Long run over for Lantini. Down the line and right. It's in foul ground. This will go actually into the seats. The wind kept pushing that one foul down the line. Off the bat, I thought that was going to be a tough play down the line, but I thought somebody might have a chance at it. Ultimately, nobody did as it went into the crowd. So we'll do it again. Add a ball and 2 strikes. Anthony Ginsanti, the runner at second. He doubled to open up the inning. His first hit of the night, the fifth for Sugar Land. Rogers steps back up onto the rubber as he looks in for the sign at home plate. Bird flashes the signs. Now he's ready. Another 1-2 pitch, and Oliveros takes the breaking ball up high and inside. Looked like the ball slipped out of the hand a bit of Rogers there. Looked down at his right hand after throwing it. So now the count even up at 2-2. Albert Cordero, the switch hitting catcher, who is 1 for 3, waits in the on-deck circle. 2-2 delivery. Rogers fires. Oliveira swinging a ground ball to short. Dan Lyons is there. Throws on a first in time for the out. 2 away, and crossing over to third base goes Giansanti. So the Skeeters down to their final out as they're trying to avoid a 6th consecutive defeat. They won the opening game of a doubleheader on Tuesday in New Britain, Connecticut. Lost the last 3 games of that series, and have come back here in their home ballpark where they have struggled this season. Coming into tonight just 13-19 here at Constellation Field, and are 1 out away from dropping their 20th game of the season here at home, and their 6th consecutive defeat overall. Rogers, meanwhile, trying to get the final out here to give the Ducks their 3rd consecutive win, and 5th in the last 7 games. First pitch is a fastball a little bit high and outside for ball 1. Cordero tonight is 1 for 3, single to right back in the 7th inning. Prior to that, a ground out to second in the 5th and a fly out to center in the 2nd. Rogers set at the belt, the 1-0. Cordero, ground ball, weakly hit, foul, first base side of home plate. Looked like the ball started fair and then had enough English on it to roll foul. So that'll even the count up at 1-1 on Cordero. Santi, the runner at third base. The Ducks with a 3-run lead here in the bottom half of the 9th inning. What a great pitcher's duel it was. Through the first 8 innings of this game, Ducks took an early 1-0 lead. Skeeters tied it in the 3rd. Larkins and Marshall engaged in a great pitcher's duel. Larkins went 7 innings of 1-run ball. The Ducks bullpen has thus far thrown an inning and 2/3 scoreless. The Skeeters bullpen had back-to-back scoreless innings before the 3-run 9th. 1-1. Fastball misses high. And the count goes to 2 balls and a strike. Cordero came into the day hitting .270 with 2 homers and 15 RBIs this year. He's trying to drive home Giansanti from third to keep this game alive. 2-1. And Cordero swings, pops it up in the air to left field. Fairly well hit. Back goes Lou Ford to the warning track. And in front of the wall, he will make the catch. This ball game is over, and the Long Island Ducks win their 3rd in a row here in Texas as they defeat the Skeeters by the final count of 4-1. Don't go anywhere. Post-game shows coming up next. We're going to recap this game and hand out the Player of the Game award. Ducks exchanging high fives once again as they defeat Sugar Land by 3, 4-1, thanks to a 3-run 9th inning.
Hey fans, this is Bud Harrelson, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
M&V Limousines is the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks. Family owned and operated, they've been in the business for over 24 years. M&V Limousines offers coach buses with Wi-Fi and restrooms, party buses, exotic limousines, and also recently acquired Hampton Luxury Liner with regular service from New York City to the Hamptons. They also offer a variety of vineyard tour options. Whether you're looking for transportation for weddings, proms, corporate outings, or long-distance trips, they've got the right vehicle for you. Visit their showroom in Comac or check them out online at mvlimo.com. M&V Limousines and Hampton Luxury Liner, the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks.
Family fun every time.
Beautiful evening for baseball.
Big action every time.
He reaches up, it's gone!
Great value every time.
And the Ducks have won it 7-1.
The Ducks schedule is loaded with new promotions this season, and with an average ticket price of just $10 and free parking, there is no better value on Long Island. For game times and tickets, visit liducks.com. Long Island Ducks Baseball. Good times every time.
For the third straight night here in the Lone Star State, the Ducks are victorious as they defeat the Sugar Land Skeeters by the final count of 4-1. Ducks have taken the first 3 games of this 7-game series, and they are at a new high water mark of this season at 3 games over 500, 33 wins to 30 losses. They also have improved to 20-14 on the road, 6 games over 500 away from Bethpage Ballpark. Incredibly impressive stuff. And in addition, the Skeeters have fallen now to 11 games under 500 at 26-37, and they continue their struggles here in their home ballpark at 13-20. Let's recap this game. The Ducks took the early lead in what ended up being a great pitcher's duel. In the top of the first inning, Phelan Lentini opened the game off with a triple down the left field line, a high towering fly ball that just managed to stay fair. Third triple of the year for Phelan Lentini. And 2 batters later, he came home on Lou Ford's RBI ground out to short, and that gave the Ducks a 1-0 lead, the 4th RBI of the series for Ford. It would stay that way until the bottom half of the 3rd inning. Matt Larkins, the starter for the Ducks, was able to work out of a first and second no-out jam in the opening inning by getting 3 in a row. Scott, Pounds, and Giansanti then retired the side in order in the second. Set down the first 2 that he faced in the 3rd inning, but with 2 outs, Kevin Aarons drew a walk, and then ended up coming home 1 batter later when Travis Scott pummeled an RBI double to right center field. Scott's 35th RBI of the year made it a 1-1 game, and both sides would then exchange zeros over the next 5 innings of the game. From the 4th inning through the 8th, the Ducks managed just 1 hit, 2 walks, and a hit by pitch. Brent Marshall, the starter for the Skeeters, settled in very nicely. He ended up going 6 innings of 3-hit, 1-run ball, walking 2, striking out 4. Andrew Johnston threw a scoreless inning of relief in the 7th, and Mark Haynes did the same in the 8th, setting down the Ducks in order in both innings. Meanwhile, Matt Larkins, after the 3rd inning 2-out rally, was able to settle in nicely. From the 4th inning through the 7th inning, he gave up just 2 singles, did not walk a batter, and ended up striking out all 6 of his batters after that double. In fact, at one point set down 12 in a row from the final out of the 3rd inning through the 2nd out of the 7th. With 2 outs of the 7th, gave up back-to-back singles to Oliveira and Cordero, but with runners at the corners and 2 outs, he got Derek Miller to ground out to short, and the Skeeters were denied their first lead of the series. So we go to the 9th inning. The Ducks and the Skeeters still tied at 1. Evan Reed comes out of the bullpen to face the Ducks, strikes out Angelo Sanko to begin the inning, but with 1 out in the frame, Alex Berg drives a double into the right center field gap. For Berg, it was his 2nd hit of the game, 10th double of the year, and Jordan Pacheco followed with his 11th hit as a Duck, an RBI single in a right center field on the first pitch from Reed, bringing in Berg from second. And the 6th RBI of the season for Pacheco gave the Ducks a 2-1 lead. Pacheco took second on the throw home. Ruben Gote followed with a ground out to first base, and Pacheco took third. So the Ducks had a runner at third with 2 outs, and then they proceeded to pick up 3 consecutive singles against Reed to put the game out of reach. An RBI base hit up the middle for Giovanni Alfonso, who extends his hitting streak to 8 consecutive games, tied for the longest by a Duck this year. RBI number 21 for Alfonso. Dan Lyons followed with a base hit to right, and then Phelan Lentini with an RBI single through the left side, his 3rd hit of the game, bringing home Alfonso from third. And all told, 3 runs, 5 hits in the inning, and the Ducks had built the lead at 4-1. Rob Rogers came in the bottom of the 9th, allowed a leadoff double to Anthony Giansanti, but was able to get Joel Guzman to fly to center, Hector Oliveira to ground to short, and Albert Cordero to fly out to left for the final out of the game, and the Ducks take it by a final count of 4-1 here on this Sunday evening. Final totals from tonight's game here at Constellation Field. For the Ducks, 4 runs on 8 hits and 1 error. They left 7 men on base. For the Skeeters, a run on 5 hits, no errors. They leave 7. And Sugar Land has now scored just 5 runs over the first 3 games of this series. Their offense really struggling mightily. The winner is Zach Treese. He gets the win in relief. Treese had thrown a scoreless 3rd of an inning in the 8th. He struck out Brian Pounce for the final out of the inning before the Ducks took the lead in the 9th inning. So Treese, for the 2nd time this week, gets a win after getting 1 out, and he improves to 5-1. Patrick Kreider also threw a scoreless 2/3 of an inning before that, allowing just a walk. Evan Reed, the loser, as he allows 3 runs on 5 hits in his 1 inning of work in the 9th. He drops to 1-1. The save to Rob Rogers, his first of the year. Game took 2 hours and 48 minutes in front of a crowd of 3,988 here at Constellation Field. As for tonight's player of the game, we're going to give it to Matt Larkins, the starter for the Ducks, who needed to bounce back after a difficult outing earlier this week against Somerset, and he certainly did. 7 innings of 1-run ball tonight. He allowed just 4 hits and 2 walks, struck out 6 batters through a total of 93 pitches, 64 of them for strikes. Doesn't get his 3rd win of the year, but certainly deserved it. as he pitched great. Honorable mention to Phelan Lentini, who had 3 hits on the night, including a triple, an RBI, and a run scored. So he'll get honorable mention, but tonight the honor goes to Matt Larkins. We'll take one more break here on the postgame show. When we come back, we'll have the out-of-town scoreboard, and then we'll wrap things up from Constellation Field. Ducks win it again tonight, 4-1.
Hey fans, this is shortstop Dan Lyons, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Long Island's Ford Giant is celebrating its 60th year anniversary. Stop by Sayville Ford to check out their state-of-the-art showroom featuring enclosed service drives, luxurious customer lounge, and a larger selection to choose from. Get giant savings on hundreds of new and used vehicles in stock. Sayville Ford's 60th anniversary celebration is going on now. Visit SayvilleFord.com or download the Sayville Ford app today to learn more about Sayville Ford's 60th anniversary savings. Call 631-589-4800 today.
Have your birthday at the ballpark this season and celebrate with the Flock. Kona Ice birthday party packages with the Long Island Ducks are now available. Each package includes 10 box seats, a commemorative birthday t-shirt and autographed baseball, a pizza and Kona Ice party in the Hebrew National Picnic area, and so much more. Best of all, the birthday child will stand on the dugout while the entire crowd sings happy birthday. Reserve your party today by calling the group sales department at 631-940-3825. Kona Ice birthday parties with the Long Island Ducks, a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Back here one more time tonight at Constellation Field. Long Island Ducks defeat the Sugarland Skeeters by the final count of 4-1. Let's take a final look at the out-of-town scoreboard before we head out the door. Somerset Patriots with a win today. They complete the series victory over the New Britain Bees, 12-3 the final. So the Ducks remain 6 games back of Somerset. Again, 7 games remain in this first half. So still mathematically possible for the Ducks to come back and win the first half Liberty Division title. Not likely, but ultimately every win and every game is of utmost importance for the Ducks. So Somerset's result doesn't matter too much. They get the win. The winner is Will Oliver, who starts today and improves to 3-0. The loser, Brian Dupre, fell to 3-5. Christian Marrera with 2 home runs, 5 RBIs, and 3 runs for the Patriots. His first 2 homers with Somerset, and Kyle Roller went deep as well, his 5th home run of the year for the Patriots. Meanwhile, the Bridgeport Bluefish get a big win to keep within 4 games of Somerset. They get a 6-3 victory over the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. The winning pitcher, Tyler Badamo, who improves to 4-3 on the year. The loser, Pat McCoy, drops to 2-2, and the save to Manny Del Carmen, his first of the season. No homers in the game, but the Bluefish were led with 2 RBIs from Daniel Fields and a 3-hit, 1 RBI, 1-run day from Darby Myers. And the Revolution and Barnstormers ended up playing about a game and a half today. They completed their suspended game from Friday night, and the Barnstormers, who were leading 5-1, end up allowing 2 runs in the 5th and single runs in the 7th, 8th, and 9th to fall to the Revolution 6-5. Winning pitcher was Ricardo Gomez in relief, who improves to 1-0. The loser was Daniel Moscas, who falls to 3-1. Home runs galore in this one for the Barnstormers. Sean Halton, his 12th of the year. For the Revolution, Travis Witherspoon, his 4th. Alonzo Harris, his 5th. And Angel Franco with his 4th. In the regularly scheduled game, though, the Barnstormers come back with a 9-4 win over the York Revolution. Brad Bergeson, the win, improves to 4-5. Curtis Parch, the loser, fell to 3-5. That game was a 7-inning game. And again, homers galore for the Barnstormers. Blake Galen, his 8th. Casey Hobson, his league-leading 20th. Sean Halton, his 13th. And Josh Bell, his 1st. So a big win there for the Lancaster Barnstormers. And when you look at the updated standings, to keep an eye on the playoff races as they wind down in the first half. The Blue Crabs with a 3-game lead over the Lancaster Barnstormers. Blue Crabs at 36-26, Lancaster at 33-29. As we mentioned before, Somerset with a 4-game lead over Bridgeport. Patriots are 39-24. The Bluefish are 35-28. The Ducks 6 games back at 33-30. On the Major League scoreboard, Yankees fall on Old Timers. They did the Texas Rangers 7-2. Nick Martinez, the win, improves to 3-2. Michael Pineda, the loser, 7-4. And Matt Bush, his 9th save of the year. For the Yankees, Gary Sanchez, his 13th home run. Ronald Torreyes, his 2nd. For the Rangers, Adrian Beltre, his 3rd homer of the season. Shin-Soo Choo with his 12th. And it was Drew Robinson who went deep for his 1st of the season. Mets complete the sweep in San Francisco. They defeat the Giants 8-2. Rafael Montero, the win, improves to 1-4. Matt Moore, the loser, fell to 3-8. Rene Rivera, the former Atlantic Leaguer, with 2 home runs, his 4th and 5th of the year. Jay Bruce hit his 20th, and Curtis Granderson went deep for his 10th. And so the Mets get the win over the Giants, and in the Travelers Championship in Connecticut, Jordan Spieth wins the playoff against Daniel Berger to claim the Travelers Championship trophy. So that'll do it for the out-of-town scoreboard tonight. This series will continue tomorrow, Game 4 of this 7-game series. It'll start at 7:05, back to the 7:05 times after back-to-back 6:05 starts here in the Lone Star State. For the Ducks, they will send right-hander Alfredo Simon to the mound, who looked very good in his last start at home against the Patriots. He is 0-1 on the year with an ERA of 4. This will be his third start of the season. The Ducks will be facing their former right-hander, Mitch Talbot, who pitched for the Ducks several years ago. He is 1-0 thus far with Sugar Land, but has a 7.20 ERA. So Talbot has certainly struggled while with the Skeeters. This will be his 7th appearance and 5th start of the year. The Ducks will get their first look at their former pitcher for the final game, the 4th game, of this 7-game series here at Constellation Field. That'll do it for us on this Sunday evening. Once again, the final score, the Ducks defeat the Skeeters by a final count of 4-1 to earn their 3rd consecutive win and 5th in their last 7 games, a new high water mark of the year for the Ducks at 3 games over 500. We invite you to join us for our next Ducks broadcast, which will be tomorrow night for Game 4 of this series. The pregame show is going to begin at 6:50 local time, 7:50 if you're joining us back on Long Island. First pitch at 7:05 p.m. here in Texas, 8:05 on Long Island. You can follow all the action here on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network, liducks.com, Facebook Live, and youtube.com/DucksBaseball. My name is Michael Pollock. Thank you so much for spending your Sunday evening with me. I hope you enjoyed the broadcast and the Ducks' victory. Have a great rest of your weekend. We'll do it all over again tomorrow night here in Sugar Land, Texas. Good night and so long from Constellation Field.